This is the M Zone.
And welcome to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler. And you got the man, the center of attention, the man, the myth, the legend, Barry Lee, but we call him Big Sweet.
Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day.
Well, gentlemen, okay, so we got a big weekend that's coming, and we'll talk about that. But your experience last night, it was the first NFL game of the year. The first NFL game of the year, and your impression of was that a game?
That game had everything. It had everything that you wanted and didn't want. It had someone getting carted off on the field. It had someone getting ejected before the first offensive play of the game. It had Jalen Hurts running for 2 touchdowns. It had a lightning delay, and it also had Jared Jones trying to figure out where Micah Parsons was at on the field.
I'm gonna say it was a better game than I thought it was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that Dallas was gonna really, really look bad, or what I'm trying to say. The other team was going to annihilate them, but no, Philly hung tough. They did okay, and I go back to our conversations in the past. Calcification.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, what that was kind of like? It's kind of like those two teams practicing against each other,
right,
at training camp.
Mm-hmm.
The fights and all that kind of stuff, and the football play was not phenomenal, but it was good, hard hitting, fun, fighting, kind of hard scrimmage. Look at I know that the Philly wide receivers they won, but they're probably pouting in their Wheaties right now because they didn't get many passes thrown to them.
No.
And that thing. But Dallas's defense did better than I anticipated. But then I realized something last night as well. Philly lost several guys on defense. That defense might not be as good as they were last year. And
they let a lot of guys go too.
And then with your star player doing some stupid stuff like he did, Jamie, pause right here. As a former player, both of us, that's the most low down, despicable, unbelievable you can do to another man.
Yeah.
It's spin on. And you know what? Kudos to Dak Prescott or something, because I would have lost it. I'd have lost it and probably got kicked out myself. And so
I'm just going to say this, Big Sweet, and I agree with everything you said. But Dak spit first. I don't know if he spit at him.
No, I did hear that. You're right.
Dak did spit toward Jalen. He did spit towards him, and Jalen said, "Did you spit at me?" That's how the thing escalated. Okay. Now, when you get to it, like you said, we're still in what do you call it? Pregame mode. We're still in
preseason.
Yeah, we're still in preseason mode, and these guys don't know how to act. Like you said, this was just a general practice. They was gonna fight anyway. You knew they was going to have fisticuffs. These two teams don't like one another. They're rivals. They get after one another. And then with Micah being not there, they clowning him for that. They saying your owner ain't smart. He ain't got sense. He too old for this. All of those things were thrown out at them. Now, Dak stepped towards Jalen, and Jalen didn't like the way he stepped towards him. I get it. You need to keep composure, young man. I get it. But what you said it, too many of the veteran guys are not there to control that young man right now. That young man had all kinds of veteran guys around him. They're gone. Brandon Graham, gone. I mean, they're all gone now. It's his to be. and he is counted upon to do everything. As you saw in that game, Dallas was running the ball. Dallas was doing things that we didn't expect him to do because Jalen Carter was supposed to be there. And he was going to get after Dak. And he was going to be all over Dak. That didn't happen because he was not in the game anymore. He got ejected. Now, you're right. He's got to keep his composure. He's got to.
That's stupid.
It is. It is. And the young man, he did take responsibility. After the game, he did an interview that I saw. He took responsibility. He doesn't know. And he said, I don't know what's going to happen next. They're probably going to suspend me for a game. If I'm Philly, I'm just going to make him run because we can't afford to suspend him. He can't miss another game. He didn't already miss the game. He didn't get to play in this game. So why are you going to suspend him for the next game? You can't afford it. Your defense is not good. And look at everybody's dogging out the secondary. Well, Jalen Carter would have been on Dak if he was rushing the ball. I'm just saying. So you need to keep him in the game. They're not going to want to suspend him. They're going to say, you already suspended him for that game. So you already punished him. Don't punish him again.
The one thing I also thinking like we originally thought about the Cowboys, in that they weren't going to be that good. I thought they were they
played a hell of a game.
But I think that's it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, I think that's the best you're going to see of them because they were trying to defend.
Yep.
They were trying to defend the moniker that they weren't going to be any good because Micah is not there anymore and the whole thing. So they might have played beyond their means. You know, every now and then a team will do that. You know,
no, you're right.
And I think Dallas will come back down to earth this week, and we'll see the difference of a Dallas team without a Micah Parsons than we just saw last night.
Yeah, I look. First of all, I don't condone anybody in this world. You spit on me, you about to get thunder coming down. I'm telling you that right now. You don't spit on me. That is not a good thing. We don't do that around here in a society that we supposed to get along in. Don't do that. That's just
the worst.
nasty.
That's the worst thing. That's the worst disrespectful thing you can do to another man. That is
the worst thing. That right there, that's gonna set it off right there. I'm just saying that. I mean, I'm willing to take on anybody if they spit on me.
Me and you both.
We just gonna scrap. We gonna scrap.
You know what's that old saying in the hood? You got to kill me.
Exactly.
You gonna have to kill me.
You're gonna have to stomp me out because I'm gonna keep coming at your butt. Because
you know what else I thought about? What's the other spit, the famous spit the boy did from the 49ers, the outside linebacker guy did? Romo.
Romanowski spitting on somebody.
Yeah, man. I thought of that last night too, man. I was like, ah.
That's just nasty. That just makes people mad. Spitting on somebody and you actually see it, that's when, he should have been thrown out the game. Look, he should have been thrown out the game. I'm sorry. And he should be fined. Take some of his money. That's all you got to do. He'll never spit again. I guarantee you.
But now we know, Dak spat first.
Yeah.
What was that? I mean, is Dak getting off the hook?
Dak was talking and he spat behind the guys that were standing in front of him. So it was toward Jalen, but it wasn't at him, I think.
Okay.
That's just my perception. It wasn't at him. He just spat. And you just, okay. But the young man thought he did it towards him.
Right. That's what happened. Jalen you just spit on me?
Right.
Right.
You spit at me.
Right.
And I get it, but that's some nasty stuff, man. You can't.
That is.
That's just not right.
I agree.
I'm going to say this: Jalen Hurts had a good game. Not a great game, but he had a good game. He did everything he was asked to do: move the ball, take the ball down the field, got his team involved. Every time Dallas scored, he answered their whatever he had to. He answered their call. That being said, the defense is a little weak. They better get it done. I know Carter wasn't there, so he wasn't doing his job. He wasn't getting at the Dak and everything like that. That could be the answer right there. And look, this is preseason. Every first three to first 4 games is preseason. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. They didn't get the starters to play in a game. You saved them. You didn't want to get them hurt. You pay them too much money. They can't afford to let them play in exhibition games because you want to see them in real games.
Right. Yeah.
That's why.
And so now, it's gonna take 3 or 4 weeks for them to calcify.
Right. You know it as well as I do. People are gonna get hurt. They're gonna be sore. They're gonna be limping around because they did nothing. All they did was those team drills with the other teams that came. Now, those were good drills. I know the Lions did it with 2 teams, right? So, I mean, you get after one another. You can again, all the fights break out, and that's going to be there. But, you do get stuff done when those teams get together.
Yeah, that forces you to do more than just get through training camp,
Right.
But, here I go, the old fogey, the old G. You remember what we had to go through?
I always say,
how did we do that, man?
Dude, I don't know. By sheer will, because that's what the coach expected of them. The coach has been through it, and they would tell us 2 a days. We used to do 3. We used to do 3 a days. I don't know what's wrong with you. You done lost your mind. You don't need no water.
6 weeks.
Water is for cleaning my jersey.
6 weeks to 2 a days.
Exactly.
Plus 4 preseason games. Man,
and you got paid $500. You got paid $500. That's about it.
Everybody got paid the same thing.
Yeah, you got paid the same thing. I'll tell you this. When I was a rookie, because I was Wilbur Marshall had came over. He was one of the first free agents, and he had came over to the Redskins. He told everyone, "This is my rookie." So I was his rookie. And he used to give me his per diem every time we get on the plane when we had exhibition games.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Wilbur taught me about Atlanta. He showed me the city of Atlanta.
Say no more.
You know what I'm saying.
Say no more. Say no more.
It's a good thing he gave me his per diem, too.
It came in handy.
It did.
I was fortunate, too, because my senior year at UCLA, I had an agent who had several NFL players, and they were in the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. So he took me over to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. I just signed with him and everything. So I met, the Leroy Selmans, the Bubba Bakers, the Walter Paytons. And as it turned out, I was a musician then. And I was at the hotel listening to some music. It sounded like some live music. Mm-hmm. So I go around to the bar, and it's Walter Payton on drums, Todd Christensen on bass guitar.
Wow.
And Bubba Baker playing lead guitar.
Nice.
And I'm going, hey, these guys, so being the college, my agent knew. He said, man, this is one of my new signees. Can he sit in with you? So I sat in with Walter Payton and those guys. Mm-hmm. And so that's when I got drafted by the Lions, I already had a relationship with Bubba Baker.
Right.
So Bubba said, oh, man, he welcomed right in. Oh, this dude, come on in. He can play ball, and he plays the bass. And so Monty Clark, our head coach, used to have bands play for us like every Wednesday night. And they would make me sit in with every band, be it country, western, whatever band that came. I sat in on bass during training camp. So I came in kind of like a veteran. The veterans respected, gave me love, and great Dave Purefoy. Remember Dave Purefoy won the Lions from Ypsilanti and went to Eastern?
Right.
Man, he was a music connoisseur. And he was the most hated guy on the team because he was an evil dude, but he loved me because we could talk music. And, man, every time I got a chance, hey, Jimi Hendrix, man, I was bringing up names so we could be buddies, right?
We got to go to the weather, Big Sweet. Hold on for 1 second. We got to go to Gary Rizzo, find out what's going on in Norman, Oklahoma. Hey, Gary, what's up?
Well, a lot's been up since we last talked. I've been literally chasing the forecast for Norman. It's changed quite a bit, but the good news is, as I kind of teased it there, for the better. They're getting some rain north and south of them right now. They'll get a little rain tonight and maybe at the crack of dawn tomorrow. But then the skies are going to the clouds will slowly break up and clear up, and it'll be very pleasant down there for the southern plains for this time of year. So I'll set the table for September 6th at Norman, Oklahoma. The normal high is 87. And it shows you can be pretty warm still. Now, our normal high peaks at 84 here in southeast Michigan in the middle of summer, while their normal high peaks at 94. So it has cooled off, and their normal low is 65. Their record high for tomorrow is 106 in 1947.
Wow.
And their record low is 51 in 1974. And tomorrow morning, they'll be a little bit closer to the record low. So like us, we're having unseasonably cool weather. Well, that same air mass, they're at the very southern edge of it. But I was looking at the National Weather Service commentary on it, and they're saying, taste the fall down there because tomorrow it'll start out cloudy with maybe a sprinkle, but during the course of the morning, the clouds will break up. And in the afternoon, they'll have a mix of sun and clouds. It'll be very pleasant. The high temperature will be in the mid-70s. So, and again, 87 is normal, so they're going to be in the mid-70s. We'll be shivering up here in the low to mid-60s. So for the Michigan fans going down there, you're going to have great weather. Sunsets at 7:48 local time. We know kickoff's going to be at 6:44 local time. 7:44 up here, but at kickoff, I have cleared of partly cloudy skies and 74 degrees with an east-northeast wind at 5 miles an hour. And by the end of the game, it'll be mostly clear, mid to upper 60s, kind of like what we had last week here in Ann Arbor. So they'll have it down there for their game with a light east-northeast wind and mid to upper 60s by the end of the game. So it's really pleasant. Had I gone on Monday or Wednesday, I'd have been teasing showers and even cooler temperatures. But and looking at the satellite map now, they have a lot of clouds down there. It's 72 degrees with scattered showers around. While south of the Red River down there, it's 92 right now in Dallas. So the cold front's made its way through Norman and Oklahoma City area. By the way, that stadium, I was looking at on the campus map here at Norman and University of Oklahoma. Stadium seats 85,000. It's a north-south stadium. The south end zones, it's kind of is a little open. There's sections there, but kind of resembles the shoe in Columbus. The south end zone has some sections there, but it's not like it's a horseshoe type stadium that's north-south. So the wind will not be a factor for the game. It'll be very pleasant for the fans, for the players, and really, it's not bad. It'd be a great. We're really hitting the jackpot there with this weekend with great weather down in Norman.
That sounds good, Gary. I mean, that's a good forecast. I mean,
sounds like a heavenly forecast.
You gave us a nice one, Gary.
That is.
Yeah, I've been looking at it all week, guys.
That's great football weather.
That is great football weather right there, Gary. That's a good night. It sounds like the guys won't be too, you won't be cold, you won't be hot. you can keep up with your energy.
That's right. Yeah, I've been looking at now the weather up here in the Midwest and then in the Big Ten footprint, except for the West Coast. There may be some rain in the Penn State game at the start of the game, and it should dry out. The Rutgers game, for what it's worth, but there may be, that's a 3:30 kick. There may be some showers and thunderstorms there, but the rest of the Midwest, especially in the Midwestern states away from the East Coast, is going to be kind of like Ann Arbor, blustery, cool, dry, and it'll just be more like October as opposed to early September. So that's kind of the all the games that are on TV, and because we'll be watching a lot of football tomorrow. And I don't like I said, if you're going to watch the Penn State game, you may see some rain at the start of the game, but it won't be all game. And if any diehard Rutgers fans over here want to see their game at 3:30, that's where they'll have some showers and thunderstorms.
Yeah, there you go. Right, that's going to be showering. Well, that's them.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Gary,
So just for what it's worth.
Gary, just out of curiosity, because I know they're Eastern Michigan, they have their home opener this weekend with LIU, I believe. What is it looking like here in the Ann Arbor area, or the greater Washtenaw County area at the very least?
It'll be cloud-wise. It'll be like today, a mix of sun and clouds. It'll be blustery. Bring a jacket because it's a day game. So, but it'll be a high of 60, about a high near 65. So it'll be in the mid 60s with a west wind at about 15 to 20 miles an hour. So there'll be a chill in the air.
Perfect. Hoodie and
rain.
Hoodie and short weather. Got it.
That's right. Yeah. The younger people still wear their shorts, but they'll still. Ms. nailed it there. They'll be wearing their hoodies despite having shorts on in the below the waist.
As long as they wear pants, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Just
that's
wear pants.
Right.
Wear some kind of pants, kids. Wear some kind of pants.
That's right. So yeah. So for the EMU fan, the EMU Eagles, take a jacket, wear your hoodie, but you won't need an umbrella, and you won't need the sunscreen.
There you go. You don't need the screen. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, we got that base covered, and all our local TV stations, they have the Michigan State weather. So I'm not even going to mention it. It's an East landfill, and if you know the EMU weather, just project 4 hours later, and it'll be a little cooler up there and blustery. But who cares?
Spoken truth.
I do,
spoken with
because
truth.
It's Boston College. I mean, I didn't go there, but I do know where the college is.
Well,
I mean,
I think
it's near the house.
It's Boston College.
It is Boston College.
Yeah,
Boston.
All I'll say, all we'll say is this: is that if it gets chilly up there in East Lansing, just do what you do best when Michigan State, loses a big football game.
You want a fire?
Yeah,
already?
Burn down.
God, it's a fire.
Well, that sounds good. That smoke will be blowing in our direction too.
Oh my God!
Put a little bit of hashish on that too. Make if you're gonna blow it.
Oh, dang, man.
I'm just saying. Listen, if I'm gonna be here until 2:00 in the morning with post game too, I got let that blow smoke down this way. I just step outside, go
get a little contact high.
Yeah, why not? I mean, a little bit of that state of Michigan stuff, bro.
Wow.
Well, but
go ahead, Gary.
Well, by the way, I know you always want to look ahead, Jamie. So I'll just tease that next weekend in Ann Arbor will kind of be what it was for the opening game. Maybe probably well into the 70s. So this cold weather won't last. Actually, we'll have a major pattern change next week, so that it really won't be getting this cold for a while, as in like a couple 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. So there's more summer to be had up here. So if we look ahead to our game next week, right now it's shaping up to be pleasant.
So you got some heat coming back.
All right.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. Look, well, we used to call it Native American.
Still technically. I mean, it's still correct. It's still calling it Indian summer.
Okay,
right?
I just want to make sure, Miz. I don't want to offend anybody.
No, I think it's still politically correct to call it that. I mean, that should be fine.
All right.
It's bound to happen at some point.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
just saying. Gary, appreciate the weather. That was great, man. You made us all feel good about ourselves. Thank you very much. Now,
Thank you,
if
Gary.
the Blue do what they supposed to do, we'd be all right. Did we lose him?
Maybe so.
I don't think so.
All right. Gary, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. I just said thanks a lot for the weather. That made us all feel good about it.
And you are quite welcome. I'll be at your service again next week.
Thanks, Gary. We appreciate it. We need to go to a break because we got Kevin Fitzsimon coming on the other side, and we find out what was going on at the U of M Club of Ann Arbor.
Well, actually, what's cooking up because they didn't have anything this past Monday.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That too. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
Clear on the radio.
Oh, sure.
Oh, let's ask Big
Why,
Sweet. Let's
why
ask
does
Big
Nike
Sweet.
give us the ugliest
you
shoe?
can pull off yellow?
Big Sweet ain't listening to us.
No, what'd you say? I still heard the music.
I told you he ain't listening to us.
I heard the music.
You
I
think
can
James pull off yellow?
huh?
I
You
said
think you pull off the color yellow?
I don't think I can pull off the color yellow this year because I'm a little darker this year. I get darker as I go.
No, I did not hear you say that.
They got the ugliest shoes. You know, Nike makes the ugliest shoes for us too. The fan
Michigan.
experience, they Michigan, they make the ugliest shoes. Sweet. They go back in the bring them shoes out that we tried to sell and nobody bought them. And let's put a blue check mark on it and some yellow, and we gonna see if these Michigan people can take it. I'm telling you, man, that's what they do.
They will still sell too.
Yeah, they will. People will buy the damn things, and this is just ugly. It's just ugly. Oh shit! Ooh, I can't cuss.
No.
You should see this. They got a USA shirt with green on it. It's black, and they trying to put a block M on it. They trying to sell crap, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. How about CJ's? Hey, you remember we used to go shopping for school shopping in August? And you get all
that was great.
Stuff. Yeah.
New stuff. It was great.
I bought all CJ stuff online. He didn't have to go to school. He didn't have to do anything. You know what I'm saying?
I saw Teresa's out in LA helping her son, our son, and get their kids ready for. They got one going to kindergarten this year, so helping them out, and a set of twins.
See, that's nice. That's nice one. They trying to get.
So grandma went out to help out.
See, grandma is the bomb. Grandma is cooler than cool, man. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Grandma said, I'll go out there and help them for a week.
And
I was like, yeah, you can go out there and help them for a week.
Exactly. Yeah. Go ahead on out there.
Yeah. Go on, girl. Go on now.
Yeah, I can live on my own.
Yeah.
I can live for myself.
I'm kind of enjoying the peace and quiet.
All right, guys, we coming back from break. Got Kev on hold. Just stand by.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. I'm so excited, Miss C. You see, I almost jumped ahead of you. That's right, Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler, and you got the center of attention. The guy, if you ain't close enough behind him, he'll leave you in the dust. That's Larry Lee. Big sweet to me.
Yeah.
And also joining the M Zone and in their assorted hour right now, their assorted segment is the president of the U of M Club of Ann Arbor, Kevin Fitzsimons. What's up, Kev? How you doing, man?
Hey, Jamie, TGIF. I am so fired up. I mean, I love summers in Michigan. I don't think there's any better place to be on the planet. But boy, when it turns to fall and football comes around, I mean, it is just so exciting. I mean, I'm tingling with excitement over the prospect of Michigan taking on this big stage tomorrow against the Oklahoma Sooners.
Oh, me too, Kev. I think this is a great opportunity to show the nation what Michigan has in store.
Yeah, and we all saw what Bryce Underwood is going to bring to this team from comparing last year, in the quarterback play we had.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just looks like we've got his ceiling is so high. And I think the talent that he'll attract and continue to attract is going to be so great that, if he's obligated to stay with us 3 years, I think we've got great football ahead of us, regardless of tomorrow. But, as a part of his maturation process, being on this stage, just turning 18, a mere 2 weeks ago, I think it's just great to have a front row seat to watch him develop. And the team seems to rally around his leadership. And, we've got some nice pieces that we've added with Justice Haynes. I just really look forward to an exciting game. I think people are kind of consumed with Oklahoma and this transfer quarterback that they have. But, he played at Washington State last year, and they were kind of conferenceless, so to speak, where they were just playing a lot of Mountain West teams. No, and the facts bear that out. I mean, he lit it up against Mountain West teams, but when he played Power 4 teams, it wasn't so good. And, I really like Michigan's chances tomorrow, but regardless, I just cannot wait to see what's going to unfold. And, as you allow us to do every week during the season, the U of M Club of Ann Arbor will recap the game. We're an extension of the athletic department, and because of that, we have a football coach speak to us and address us each and every Monday at Weber's Inn, starting at 11 a.m., and you don't have to be a Michigan alum to attend if you're a passionate Michigan fan, which qualifies as anybody who's listening to this program right now. Just merely show up, and we can sign you up. You can come as a guest. We're so confident you're going to love it. Come as a guest if you'd like to try us out. The pattern usually goes 11 o'clock. We start our meeting, and then we have a delicious meal served by Weber's legendary restaurant, as everybody knows. And then the coach usually comes on between 11:15 and 11:30, and we'll speak for half hour, 45 minutes, and answer your questions directly. No filter, no media present. I mean, anything you ponder while you watch a game, you can just respectfully raise your hand, ask the coach directly, and get a direct answer. So this is an environment that's unique to any club that U of M has. We have this relationship where we get coaches come throughout the year. We have a second coach that also follows up our football coach. And this week we have field hockey. Christy Gannon Fisher will be our second speaker. She's taking over for Marcia Pankratz, another legendary coach at Michigan. But she is also a Michigan athlete and has coached under Coach Pankratz at Michigan, developed a lot of All-Americans. We were runner-up in 2019 for the national title. And, every team and every sport that we have that comes and speaks to our club, I mean, you really learn a lot about the university's other athletes. And the standard is the same. The standard is excellence, both in the classroom. These student athletes and from these other teams as well, they're all rock stars. I mean, they're all in Ross or in difficult programs, getting great grades, but also performing at a high level on the field. So it just kind of sets your week up to get excited about the upcoming week, about the upcoming opponent, the next opponent, and then recapping the game that was. And, of course, the marquee speaker is the football speaker. We won't know who that is, but I would hazard a guess that depending on which side of the ball on Saturday night, shines, we'll generally have that side of the ball's coach come and speak to us. So we know that Sharon will not be able to coach the next 2 weeks. That's something that's changed from the Jim Harbaugh suspensions in the past where he could coach during the week, but he's got to turn the reins completely over to somebody else. So it could be someone like Biff Poggi that comes in. And, Biff was a valued counsel to Jim Harbaugh. He's now come back. Sharon Moore loves having him on staff. And, we'll hear from one of those coaches. Now, we did have, since we last spoke, Jamie, we did have Sharon come and speak to the club at our kickoff luncheon 2 weeks ago. And, of course, he was asked quite pointedly about his relationship at Oklahoma. He talked about players that he has relationships with. They're very close with players like Adrian Peterson, who we actually bumped into at the national championship game, and he was sporting his OU quarter zip, but he told my son the reason he was there for Sharon Moore. So Sharon Moore has a lot of deep relationships with the Sooner football program, but he's made it abundantly clear this is not about him. This is about his players. And it's been a long time. He's coached at Louisville. He's coached at Central, and now he's been at Michigan for 8 years. And I think when you meet Sharon Moore and when he speaks to our club, he is so sincere. I mean, that's the thing that just rings so true. He cares so deeply about these kids. I have no doubt that his focus is going to be 1,000% on bringing Michigan a victory tomorrow. and his coaching staff, has that same ethos as well. One of the things that I think we all observed last week with the unveiling of Bryce Underwood was Chip Lindsey and what an addition he's been to his staff. I mean, we all know that Jim Harbaugh, when he pulled and went out to the Chargers, he took a lot of staff with him, and he kind of left Sharon in a difficult position. So, our OC last year, Kirk Campbell, it was just so far in over his head. Never been an OC, was basically an elevated analyst and a quarterback coach. And, now we have someone who really knows the nuances and the cadence of calling plays in a game, in a big game, and coaching talent like Drake May. So, I think Sharon this year has put his footprint down, not only with the coaching staff, with the recruiting, having a full cycle of recruiting, and with the talent he's bringing in, and obviously getting Bryce Underwood, I only think that's going to get better and better. So, we're on a trajectory, and I feel like, whatever happens tomorrow, we're going to see great things out of Sharon Moore and this Michigan football team going forward. But I can't wait till tomorrow. I can't wait for kickoff tomorrow. And again, we'll be wrapping it all up each and every Monday at the U of M Club of Ann Arbor, which again, I invite your listeners to come and be guests. But to join the club, it's just merely $60. And those $60 goes towards funding scholarships. That is the fundamental principle of our club, is to provide scholarships to athletes and to Washtenaw County students on the basis of merit and need. So that's what those funds go towards. And to get information on how to join us, it's very simple. We have a digital application now online. It can take mere minutes. You can pay using Apple Pay or your credit card. So that's available by going on to U of M Club. The application's right there on the homepage. Click on that, and you can join.
Kevin,
and all the benefits.
Kevin, can you give that?
Yep.
Can you give that again? You went
Sure.
in and out, and I want to make sure people get that. What you said.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So the digital application to join our club, our website, clubofannarbor.com. And on the homepage, you can click on that, and the application will be there. Just $60. You can pay by credit card or Apple Pay, and then you're all set for the full year, which goes through basketball season. So in December, we'll start having Dusty May and his staff come and speak to us. But we'll continue to have second coaches speak throughout the season. Our gymnastics national championship team, our women's basketball team, our hockey team. I mean, all the sports that people follow. You're going to hear from all these coaches throughout the season, in addition to every football coach on staff and every basketball coach on staff. So, if you're a fan listening to the show, they're really, if you've got a job where you're able to work remote and you can break free for lunch for an hour, come to the U of M Club at Weber's Inn. Again, get there at 11 o'clock. It usually breaks up about 12:15. You can get back to work, and there's no better way to start your week. So, Jamie, I always appreciate how each and every week you give us a chance to talk about, the speakers that are coming in the upcoming week. And, this is it. We're going to be rolling through each and every week from now until the end of the season. And it's a great time to join. Can't be easier with the digital application. And just can't wait for Toe to Meet Leather tomorrow night.
Well, Kev, we really appreciate you, and you keep everybody down. Do you sometimes you guys have watch parties, don't you, Kev, for away games?
Yeah, we do. We haven't had anything organized like that for basketball season, though. We generally do that. Matt Leach, Boom Boom, he was helpful in doing that, arranging that over at Regents Field. But if we do that again, we'll be certain to announce that. And it's another great way to get together and meet with people. Although I'm going to be taking some road trips myself. I'm not going to Oklahoma, but I will be taking the trip. I will be taking the trip out to LA for the USC game, which should shape up to be a good game.
We don't want you to miss that one, Kev.
Yeah, no, the Coliseum is an epic venue. Like the Big House. A lot of historic things have happened there, including Olympians and yeah, I've always wanted to go there, and you're looking forward to that. And that's the beauty of the Big Ten being expanded to these West Coast teams. I mean, last year I was out in Washington, and then this year at USC, and the next year we'll be going to Eugene, Oregon to play the Ducks. So, I mean, it's beautiful for people who like to travel and take advantage of seeing Michigan play in a unique setting. And I think all our West Coast trips represent just that. And I just, you just can't beat having Michigan football attached to your fall seasons. And there's no better way to get closer to that team than coming to the U of M Club of Ann Arbor.
For anybody that loves sports, yes, you should visit the Coliseum at least one time in your life. It's a great nostalgia arena, and like you said, Olympians and everything else has been through there. And I was blessed to play all my college games there, my home college games there. Yep.
Well, and I would have to say that the USC Song Girls are also a nice side of that.
Wow.
And I don't see you disagree. And if you happen to know any of them, man, I give you a salute.
And you know, as a rival, I do have to admit the other thing about going to see an SC game is the pageantry of the horse coming out and the guy riding the horse and the fight song and all that. SC has a great tradition, just like Michigan, as far as the fans and the da 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 da, the whole fight song thing. It's worth visiting at least once. Yeah,
I mean, we've got a great schedule. I mean, USC will be a challenge, and then obviously tomorrow. But we do have a favorable schedule going into the rest of the season, and then, like I say, the trajectory of the offense and giving Bryce more to do. I mean, we haven't even seen his legs yet, but it's going to be a fantastic year, and I think Michigan's definitely going to be in the mix for the playoffs.
All right.
Well, from your mouth to God's ears, I Kev, we'll end it there with you. Appreciate you coming on and being a part of the M Zone like you do. That's Kevin Fitz.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys too. And, I really want to congratulate Miz on his new gig. I'm glad he's still going to be doing the Sunday show. We love hearing Miz on the airwaves, but congratulations to him on his new DJ gig.
Yeah, Miz, congratulations with the DJ gig.
Thanks, guys.
All right, go Blue, guys.
Go Blue, Kev. Thanks, and drive safe wherever on earth you are.
Miz needs that. Your theme song should be "Last Night the DJ Saved My Life." Remember that song?
Broken Heart.
Mm-hmm.
I know the song.
Last night the DJ saved my life.
But no, I know Kev had congratulated me off the air, and I know there was a lot of people that listen to WTK, and when the official press release came out that I'm also doing afternoons next door on the country station, that there are a lot of people who like, are we losing Miz? No, you ain't losing me. You can't get rid of me. Sam and Ira need me more than they could ever need me, and Jamie at the same time. So, but no, I do greatly appreciate it. You can't get rid of me. You'll have to you'll have to shut off my key card and actually roll me out of the studio to actually get rid of me. So.
But he's getting his day off on Monday. I ain't lying about that.
Yeah. I don't want to be grumpy, Miz.
Exactly. So we make sure that happens.
Where are the fans at? Where are them fans at?
No, man, that was good. I mean, look, I can't go to the USC game. I'm sorry. I'm doing something for my high school.
Oh, that's right. That's your weekend for that. I guess we'll have to send Big Sweet out there on correspondence work.
I guess so. Huh?
Yeah. Back to the old stomping grounds, but this time, instead of powder blue, we just give you some regular blue. You got the yellow, right? We'll just change the script lettering.
Lettering. I can do it as long as I don't have to wear maroon and gold.
Oh no.
We're not wearing no maroon.
No, we just give you.
no.
We'll just give you a darker shade of blue. That's all.
All right, darker. Wasn't that another record or something? Lighter, darker shade of blue or something. There was another. You know, I'm a music nut. Everything relates to music.
You equate everything to music.
What is it, Simon and Garfunkel? A darker shade of winter or whatever, or something.
Or something like one of them was darker shade of blue or blue.
Something like that. Whatever. Something that Simon and Garfunkel did.
Yeah.
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. That's all I remember.
But like I told our guest, man, you know, every college football or a football person, period, if you get a chance, it's worth going to visit the LA Coliseum at least once. It's you know, now that the Olympics are coming back and all that, they're going to spruce it up and have it look pretty good. And I'm one of the ones that did not like, you know, my alma mater leaving the Coliseum to go play at the Rose Bowl. I'd rather have played at the Coliseum. And there's some great memories in the Coliseum for me.
Play some true bragging rights.
yeah. Some true. I got a few bragging rights in the Coliseum, and you know,
that's a tough one. You just wanted to wait a minute. You got the school wanted their own stadium, right?
I know, but man, the Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl is the Rose Bowl. I get it.
It's the Rose Bowl, but it's not the most prestigious. It's the pageantry that goes with it, the parade and all that kind of stuff that makes the Rose Bowl what it is. But as a home game, home stadium every week, nah. I know
that lights off, that takes off. You're in the Rose Bowl, man.
I know. So, but still, it takes. You know, and I do like the fact that they have erected a statue of my boy Terry Donahue, my coach, and all that, and then they got the Terry Donahue suites and all that kind of stuff. So it's great, but Jamie, the Coliseum was a lot. Now I don't know how they pulled it off though back in the day, because SC, UCLA, and the Rams, we all shared the Coliseum at the same time.
You three of you shared it, right?
I don't know how they pulled that off every year with the turf and all that kind of stuff and the scheduling and all that. But they did.
And everything, yeah,
but they
crazy.
did.
But you guys got it done. They got it done. I know that.
Hey, we just got a message on the text line, by the way. The song that apparently was escaping us was "Whiter Shade of Pale" by Pro Cool.
Brighter Shade of Pale. And then there was another one, Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue? Remember that one too?
Yeah, remember that one.
Don't it make my brown eyes blue? Something like that. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. I just, you know, when I hear certain titles, I just ding 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 ding. You know, the music guy goes off in me. So forgive me for butting in with music.
We gotta go to a break. We come back. We're searching for Austin Meeks. He's in Norman, Oklahoma. We think. I'm hoping that he's there.
Well, I know I'm not there, so I can't confirm.
Well, I'm just saying we're gonna try to contact him.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes swinging down the plain. See, music. I can't get music out my head, Jamie.
Yes, I know. I'm not even going to say. Don't think that. We're going to go to a break. You're listening to the M Zone on a big 1050.
Clear on the radio.
Everything is a music title, man. Everything has.
Are you able to come on stream?
Crystal Blue Persuasion. That was that song. Crystal Blue Persuasion.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler. And you got the guy, I'm telling you, man, the man blocked for Dan Marino. He blocked for John Elway. He played here in Detroit. I call him the unofficial mayor of Detroit. He knows everybody. That would be Larry Lee, Big Sweet himself.
So that makes two mayors. We got the unofficial mayor of Ann Arbor and the unofficial mayor of Detroit. We got Miz, unofficial mayor of Wyandotte. So we're covering all the bases.
I think I spend more time out here in Ann Arbor than I actually do in my own home, unfortunately.
Okay, so you're the assistant mayor to Mayor Morris.
I'm the assistant regional manager of something here in Ann Arbor, whatever Jamie wants it. The assistant regional manager of hits. The actual manager of hits is old Brandon Hillman for the Wolverines. He's a hitman himself.
All right.
So, Larry, before we get Austin Meeks on here, I want to discuss something with you. I mean,
yeah,
no in-state commitments for Michigan football in 2026 recruiting class.
No in-state. So that's saying that all the kids, one or two things: either they didn't feel there was a worthy enough kid in the state of Michigan. Mm-hmm. And or because of the state of everybody going all over the place, the kids just want to try something else, like some kid back in Ohio back in the day. He just want to try to go somewhere else.
I'm going to say this: the Wolverines have 22 commitments in their 2026 class, and they are ranked number 10 in the country by 24/7 Sports. And yet, the most frequently asked question in regards to the class is why there is no in-state recruits.
I got another thought. Bryce took all the money and none left.
No, because if Bryce took all the money, we wouldn't be ranked. We wouldn't be in the top 10 now, would we?
No, but now you got to add money in the equation somehow.
The number one running back in the country.
Okay, all right. Where's he from?
He's from Virginia.
Okay, all right.
We do have a 5-star, and he's from Virginia. So I'm just saying, traditionally, recruiting has been very focused on locally first. The tradition has changed these days because what fits your system?
I think it's a sign of the times too. Like I said, back in the day, kids, they wanted to stay home, sentimental reasons, and nowadays with the monies and all that stuff. So, that's an old adage now about having to go to college in your state or the big school in your state. So I think those days are long gone. Long gone.
Now, I'm going to throw something at you. Consider this. Michigan's opponent on Saturday, the Oklahoma Sooners, just got their first in-state commitment this week, a player they only offered at the end of August. So, I mean, Big Sweet, this is not just here at the University of Michigan. It's everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. I think money is a part of the issue, and then secondly, just to stay at home and the nostalgia of staying in your home state, especially if you got a big school like Michigan or Oklahoma in your state. That's what you lived and died for, dreamed for, to play at that school. But I think these days that kind of stuff is long gone. I don't think kids have the same thought processes as we had back in the day, and if you were good enough for Bo to want you in Michigan, you went to play for Bo.
Well, sure you did.
If you were good enough to play for Woody Hayes and Woody Hayes wanted you, you went to Ohio State, other than maybe a few guys I know of. Mm-hmm. So that day, that traditional day is done. It's over. You don't have
guys
that
are not
anymore.
going to just it's come because of the coach. Guys are not going to come because of this or that. I mean, look, we got a hell of a locker room we got. I got to take you to it. When you come up here, you got a barbershop, you got a bowling alley, you got games, you got video games,
Yeah.
TVs, everything. I mean, it's an incredible it's an
But you
incredible
know what? Not knocking what you're saying, Jamie. A lot of schools are starting to do that now. I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
all these locker rooms and stuff are, to us, they're like Taj Mahals. I'm like, the one at UCLA, man, they got a grocery store in there. They got the barber shop. They got each player's chair is like a plush lazy boy kind of chair with a little TV in his locker and all. I'm like, oh my God, times have changed, man.
It has. Speaking of times changing, Austin Meeks, our guest, is he's landed in Norman, somewhere in the airport. Austin, how you doing? I hope you're doing well, and thank you for allowing us to get a conversation with you.
Yeah, hey, good to hear from you, Jamie. What's up, man?
Good to hear from you, Austin. Let's start with Bryce Underwood. Austin, you I think you and Sam Webb are probably the guys that are close to Bryce and have spoken to him, his family, and everything, and coaches and everything like that. Were you surprised about how he played in his first collegiate game?
No, I wouldn't say anything about that surprised me. I've seen Bryce Underwood do that. Obviously it's different to do it at the high school level and do it inside Michigan Stadium with 110,000 fans against anybody. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. You could be doing it against air. It is different when you're in that stadium, but I wasn't surprised by it. Everybody who's seen this guy play, who's been around him, just says, this guy's different. He is not your typical freshman quarterback. And we've seen a lot of good freshman quarterbacks come through the sport. But this guy's unique. Brent Venables, the coach at Oklahoma, compared him to Trevor Lawrence. It's a pretty good comparison. We haven't seen a lot of guys come in to college football as freshmen and really be able to lead a team. Trevor Lawrence was a guy who did that. And man, it's only one game, and we gotta wait and see what happens this week. But Bryce Underwood certainly looked ready to step in and be the quarterback of this team.
Again, you're listening to Austin Meeks from the Athletic. Austin, I saw what Coach Venable put out there. For me, I'm just Nick Saban. That's just rat poison right there. And he's giving him. Yeah. I know he's giving him all the kudos and the flowers they can. But that being said, he's also saying we're gonna figure out a way to stop you, and we're getting ready for you, because Oklahoma needs this game as bad as Michigan does. I mean, both of these are blue. What do you want to say? Blue collar schools that have been around for a long time, that have had traditions and everything like that. They ran into a rut. Michigan last year, Oklahoma over the last 2 years, and over the last 3 years. And I mean, they've got to show the nation that they're a playoff caliber team, right?
Yeah. I don't know if Brent Venables is a great head coach. His record at Oklahoma, I think he's 23-17.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I know about Brent Venables is he's a very good defensive coordinator, and he's calling the plays now for this Oklahoma defense. And I expect Oklahoma's defense to come out and throw some things at Bryce Underwood that he hasn't seen. But yeah, I think you're right that this is a really pivotal year for Brent Venables at Oklahoma. And you can tell by how they approach the offseason to go out and get John Mateer from Washington State and to bring in his offensive coordinator from Washington State to run that offense. I mean, I didn't realize until I looked into it just how bad that offense was at Oklahoma
Right.
last year. But they were down at the bottom in explosive plays, down there with Michigan. They were last in the FBS in the number of sacks they gave up. And that offense really had some problems last year. So they have their quarterback now. They have a new coordinator. They have the running back from Cal who barely played in their opener. So they made some big changes, and they had to, because this is year 4 for Brent Venables. This has to be the year for him. He's really under some pressure to get this turned around.
Again, you're listening to Austin Meeks. Austin, look, is it everything he dreamed of? He talked about coming to Michigan. I'm talking about Bryce Underwood. That was a dream weekend last week, right? For the family, for himself. I thought he was going to jump over the banner, support your blue banner. The way he was up, he had some height on that banner. I saw the picture from the front and from the back and said, wow, Bryce should have played basketball too.
Yeah, Dusty May might get some ideas watching him jump up and touch that banner. That had to be everything that you hope for, making your first start in a stadium where you win as a kid. He said he'd been going to games there since he was 8 or 9 years old. To run out of that tunnel as Michigan's starting quarterback, and then to play like he did, it's everything that you could want. But at the same time, I think there was a sense of we're not gonna make this bigger than it is. We're not gonna get too caught up in the emotion of that, because as soon as that game ended, everybody understood this is a really big test coming up this week, and how you play against New Mexico in the opener, like nobody's going to be talking about that tomorrow, if Michigan goes out there and struggles in this game. So this week, I think, is a really, this is going to show us something about where this team is, where Bryce Underwood is, and how prepared this team is to then go into the Big Ten and contend with the teams they're going to play in the Big Ten week in and week out.
Austin, I tell you what, this young man he's everything I thought he was, and I saw him at the spring game, and I was impressed him throwing the ball. I seen him in real life now, and the way he's played, it was great. And they did. Chip Lindsey's done a great job crafting this offense around him.
Yeah, and that's the thing we heard about Chip Lindsey when he came here, is that he's the kind of offensive coordinator who's going to build an offense around what your players do well. So I thought watching in the first game, the offense didn't look dramatically different to me schematically, in terms of the kinds of things that Michigan was doing. Look, they're still going to run the football. They want to be a physical run-first football team. We saw that with Justice Haynes, the 2 big runs. So that part of the offense looked familiar to me. But I think we also saw, and I think we're going to continue to see, Chip Lindsey open things up for Bryce Underwood and let him make plays. I don't think last year, 3rd and 14 in the final 2 minutes, and that's going to be a handoff, try to get to halftime, punt the football. Michigan would have waved the white flag in that situation last year.
Mm-hmm.
With Bryce Underwood, 3rd and 14, last 2 minutes of the half, take a shot. And he gets the first down, and Michigan goes down and scores a touchdown. To me, that's the big difference between this offense last year and this offense right now.
Austin, do you think he would? Do you think this is going to be a low-scoring affair down there in Oklahoma, or is it going to be a barn burner?
I tend to think this is not going to be a real high-scoring game. I think both of these teams would like to win this game with their defenses. I think Michigan would like to win this game up front, which is the way Michigan, that's true basically every week, right? Michigan wants to win in the trenches. I think they can win this game in the trenches. Oklahoma's offensive line, the big question mark. They could have a true freshman left tackle playing his first game. So to me, that's where Michigan wants to dominate this game. Don't let Oklahoma run the ball, put pressure on Mateer. I think that's Michigan's recipe. And I think Oklahoma is probably looking at it somewhat the same way of, look, they got a freshman quarterback. Let's confuse him. Let's put some pressure on him. we can take away the explosive runs. Oklahoma probably feels like if they can do that, they'll be in pretty good shape. So I think this is a game in the 20s, maybe the low 20s, maybe even, a game in the teens. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all.
By what I understand, Oklahoma is going to have 2 freshmen starting offensive linemen, left tackle and right guard. Is that what did I hear correctly?
I believe that's right. And I know they also had a transfer who they expected to start who was out last week. I believe at right tackle that they're looking at as a potential starter this week. So yeah, that offensive line for Oklahoma, it wasn't good last year, which is why they brought in a bunch of guys, and they're going to have new starters there, and it's a young offensive line. I think that could be a big advantage for Michigan.
Yes.
You got College Game Day attending this game, and is this that big, Austin? They're calling when you have College Game Day, and they had good viewership last week for Lee Corso, that was awesome. But when you have College Game Day, is this just they rolling it out just for those 2 schools, or they just don't have any other place to go?
Well, if you look at that week 1 schedule, people were saying this might be the best week 1 we've ever had in college football. From Oklahoma, Texas, on down the list, the ranked matchups we had, Notre Dame, Miami. It was a loaded week 1 schedule, and week 2, maybe a little bit of a letdown after what we saw in week 1. But this game really stands out as the marquee matchup of the week, and that's why you're going to see Game Day there. That's why this game has been in the headlines all week. That's great for Michigan and Oklahoma. If they played this game a week ago, it might have gotten buried among the other really good games of the weekend. But this is like a standalone showcase for these two programs, and I think that means whole country's going to be watching this game.
Thing that scares me, Austin, that everybody wants a piece of Bryce Underwood after one game, this kid needs I know he knows he's got a good family structure. He's got good people around him, and they'll keep him grounded, but it's just everybody wants a piece of him because he was the number 1 recruit in the country. He is that guy. He had an opportunity to go to LSU. He turned that down and turned to the school that he wanted to go to when he was young.
Yeah, it's the Arch Manning effect, right? Any quarterback of Bryce Underwood's caliber, the first opportunity he gets to play on this stage, it's going to be a media spectacle, and that's sort of what it's been really for Bryce Underwood the whole time. When you're the number 1 player in your class, basically every game you play, you're under the microscope, and it's been that way since he was in high school. When he was a recruit, every twist and turn of his recruiting saga was under the microscope. So, the thing that would give you some confidence is just the fact that this guy's been dealing with this since he was 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously a different scale now, but same kind of thing. And it certainly seems like he's mature enough to deal with that.
One thing I think about this week too is Coach Moore has to feel like a blessed man. The school he played for and made a name for himself. Now, to go on and become a head coach at another university and that kind of thing. This game, even though we know what he's going through this week, but in his mind, this has to be just thank you, Lord kind of moment for him. I just feel that for some reason.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. He's kind of tried to change the subject away from himself, and when he's been asked about going back to Oklahoma, he said it's all about the players. But I'm sure deep down there's a part of him when he walks into that stadium tomorrow as a head coach. There's probably going to be a moment before the game where he just stops and takes it all in and just thinks about that journey, from being a player there, everywhere he's gone as a head coach or as an assistant coach to get the opportunity to go in there as a head coach. I'm sure it's going to be really meaningful for him.
Well,
agree.
You think about it. I mean, his coach is going to be in the stadium. Bob Stoops is going to be there. A chance to come out, be the head coach of a prestigious university in the Midwest, Michigan, and you come in, and these two teams haven't faced one another. They faced each other in the Orange Bowl in 1976. This is the second time that this has ever happened. And Jerome Moore, who went to Oklahoma, is leading Michigan into that stadium.
I know that's got to be something special, And when I was in the XFL, I got to know Bob Stoops, and what a class guy too. Bob Stoops, a good old Ohio boy, Jamie, another Ohio boy.
He ain't from Dayton.
No, he ain't from Dayton. He's not from Dayton, but he is an Ohio boy. But I thought about this all week with Coach Moore, his old coach, his old school, going in with one of the most prestigious universities there is, and it's just got to touch his heart. Win, lose, or draw, it's got to touch his heart that he's accomplished something on this level in life. It's got to be special for him.
You guys remember when this game was scheduled? Jamie, do you remember how long ago it was when this game
Brady
was scheduled?
Hope was the coach. Yeah. And Bob Stoops was the coach. Yeah, Dave Brandon. I mean, I remember this.
Yeah, it's just crazy to think about it. It's been more than a decade ago that this game was scheduled. The entire Jim Harbaugh era happened between when this game was scheduled and when they're going to actually play it. So You never could have drawn it up this way, right? That it would be Sharon Moore's homecoming. Nobody even knew Sharon Moore would be at Michigan, but it's just funny how that stuff works out.
Sharon Moore was wearing pads on the side.
Hi, I'm Dave.
and he was the athletic director. So look, it's a great opportunity for Sharon Moore. This was not planned. Ward Manuel did not have this on his list, and it just happened. And I'm glad it did happen this way. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad these teams are playing this game. There were a lot of opportunities probably for both teams to back out of this. And when Oklahoma went to the SEC, they probably could have bought their way out of this. And shoot, Jamie, if this game was scheduled for 3 years from now, maybe they would buy their way out of it, right? Because the SEC is about to go to 9 conference games. But, you don't always see this, that these games get scheduled and then so far in the future they end up getting played. But I'm glad they kept this on the schedule, because this is going to be a great opportunity for two iconic programs to play, on a home field in front of home fans. It's going to be a great atmosphere.
Don't the Big Ten and the SEC want to have games like this? I mean, have crossover games like this now? I mean, even though you got 9 games, you're the two conferences that are controlling most of the things are getting together and playing games,
Yeah, no, I think they do. I mean, even though the SEC is going to 9 now, with the expanded playoff, it changes things, because the loser of this game is not out of the playoff race by any stretch. Like, that's secondary now. It's just more about, you want to play these marquee non-conference games for your fans and, for the visibility of your league. So yeah, I think no matter how many conference games you play, these leagues are still going to want to play each other. Still going to want to have these matchups. But yeah, this one just happened to get scheduled a long time ago, and college football has changed a lot since then. But fortunately, we get to watch them play.
Again, you're listening to Austin Meeks from The Athletic. Austin, before you go, you made me. It came to my mind as you were talking. Did the SEC and the college football playoffs committee, did they all collude together and say, "Hey, we're coming with 9 games, and oh, by the way, we're not doing that thing that Patini wants to do"?
I mean, there's definitely some evidence for that, right?
I mean, Austin.
Yeah,
they made the Big Ten look really bad.
Well, yes, and also I think the Big Ten also got what they wanted out of this.
They
too,
did. They did.
At least they got something that they wanted. And I think it was pretty clear. Like, the Big Ten was saying, "Hey, until you guys go to 9 games, we're going to keep pushing this playoff expansion, and we're going to keep pushing this format that we want. And I don't know if the SEC going to 9 games is going to back the Big Ten off a little bit, but that was pretty clear from the Big Ten side. It's like, hey, as long as you guys are playing fewer conference games than we are, we're gonna try to do something to level the playing field. So I think both sides got a little bit of what they wanted out of that.
Yeah. On a side note, hey Miz, did you know that Cade McNamara is still playing college football at East Tennessee State?
I knew he was. Yeah, I knew he was somewhere. I couldn't have told you the school off the top of my head, but yeah, like year 7 for him, right?
Are the Volunteers on upset warning? That's the real question, Austin. Rip the Band-Aid off. Is the Volunteers in trouble against ETSU? My parlay needs help.
Yeah, you are a sick man. If
I am a sicko, yes.
East Tennessee and Cade McNamara is part of your parlay, man.
I'm speechless because he's still. Watch this, Big Sweet.
Yes.
Do you remember Cade McNamara playing for Michigan?
Vaguely.
Okay.
Vaguely.
Okay. Cade McNamara doesn't have to ever worry about coming to Ann Arbor and getting a drink because somebody's going to buy him a beer. Because he was the one. I'm just going to say he's the one that broke the what do we call it, man?
The losing skid to Ohio State.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So he's good. He free dinner and drinks for life in Ann Arbor.
I mean, the man did beat Ohio State. So yes. So I'm just letting you know that. But
and Weber's in.
Yes, he should go to Weber's Inn. Yes, he'd get a free drink and a free steak there. Yes, because people would recognize him. And yes, I didn't know he was still playing, Austin. That's what I mean. I turned the page of my on my iPad and I'm like, oh, Cade McNamara, ex-Michigan quarterback, battles for playing time.
Yeah, this got to be it for him, right? Or is there an 8th year?
No, he's done.
How you get 7?
I don't think there's a Van Wilder rule and it comes to college athletics, Austin. General studies.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going back for his PhD.
Oh my God.
Well, he could. Well, on another note, he could be like getting $80,000, or something. Now with the money, so he said,
"Big Sweet,
I'll play as long as I can because if I go to real world, I might make 60 at UPS or something."
Yeah, I think Jack Tuttle was the last person to ever have the Van Wilder rule kick into play here, and unfortunately, I think this is it for old boy Cade McNamara.
Yeah, Hey, if I could have stayed in college, I would have too.
Well, especially if NIL was around back then.
And make money.
Exactly. If I had the NIL, I wasn't leaving. I'm with my coach and my teammates. Hey, we all staying. Austin, appreciate you. Enjoy Norman. And hey, I want you to tell the stories because I want to hear about that place. Is it crazy? Is it wild and all of that?
All right, man. Looking forward to it. Excited to be here. It's the first time I've been here in a while. So, yeah, it should be a great scene there tomorrow.
Thanks, Austin. Appreciate it. That's Austin Meek from The Athletic.
Rich on Facebook isn't wrong about that.
I see that. Did you want to let people know?
I mean, why not at this point? If Rich put it out there, we might as well let everybody know about it. Rich Hollenbeck on Facebook says, in terms of Cade McNamara, he's the Hunter Dickinson of football. Stop him when he's telling lies.
Hey. Hunter Dickinson made some money. He went to Kansas and made some money. I hope he invested that.
How'd that work out in the draft?
I know.
Jamie, you'd have been a high paid collegiate athlete, man.
Oh yeah, I'd have got the
all them carries you had, man. You'd have made some money, brother. Yes, sir.
I'm just saying. Good God.
What'd you average about 50 carries a game?
I didn't get that ball 50 times, but they threw it to me. They handed it to me, and I just had fun, and they kicked it to me.
Morris, you get this incentive, we're giving you another $1 million.
Oh, yeah.
Right, there you go.
Another year, Coach.
But you're gonna give me half of it though.
Exactly, because you need it too.
Like both said, man, you had a WRKR behind your name.
There you go.
He was a worker.
I did not know Cade McNamara was still playing football.
Yeah, I remember. I forgot about it until they were talking about it, until it was kind of brought up. I'm like, oh, that's right. He is still in college.
We got to go to a break because Blade is coming on.
He's probably upset that we're taking too long.
I know. I'm taking his time.
Sorry, Blade. We'll get you in a moment.
You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
Clear owned radio.
Big Sweet, you don't have to say anything. He's got it.
Yeah, that's.
And he's going to talk about that. He's going to talk about that Orange Bowl. He'll tell you all about it and everything.
Yeah, I remember. He won't take a breath in between sentences.
Nope. I'll let him go to 5:05.
Let him do his thing.
Exactly.
Todd Thornblade going to be thanging that thing.
He does it.
I say it, boy. I say it.
He gets it done. That's my man.
All right, I got Blade on hold, so we'll be back here in about 30 some seconds. Okay.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler, and you got the guy in the middle, the center himself, Larry Lee. We call him Big Sweet. And joining us, as he does every Friday at 4:30, 4:41, being exact, Coach Bob Blade Thornblade.
What's up, James?
What's up, Coach?
What's
How
up,
you
Jimmy?
doing?
I'm doing very good, thank you. We got off to a nice start last week, and I saw a lot of promise. I don't know what that is. You have to. I'm going to answer that call. I apologize. Doesn't happen very often. So anyway, I thought it was a wonderful start, and of course, the quarterback has tremendous promise. He's as advertised, and I thought he played extraordinarily. I think that he is as gifted a player I have seen. Well, certainly JJ had tremendous abilities, but I'm impressed. That I had the opportunity to play one time against Joe Namath, and Joe Namath had an unbelievably quick release. I mean, the ball came out, and it came out of his hand fast, and he was accurate, and he had great arm strength. This kid has the same kind of abilities. I think he needs to, on the shorter passes, he could maybe throw him a little bit softer, a little more touch, because that ball comes out there fast, and it comes out, boy, and he's accurate. You know, the great thing, his quality was his accuracy. And our guy's accurate. And they threatened the perimeter with him right and left. And he showed the ability to turn his hips and throw the ball. And I was truly amazed with the maturity he showed for someone who just turned 18. Now, I talked about it last week. The quarterback does not win the game alone. And certainly this game cannot be won alone because it represents a huge challenge. The number 18 team in the country in their stadium. Unbelievable history there, wonderful history there. Goes all the way back to Bud Wilkinson when he went there to coach during the Depression and picked up the entire state when they had great teams down in Oklahoma. And he had a great influence on the region, much like Coach Schembecker influenced the region where he coached in. And the great coaches actually transcend sports and can have a real impact in the region's area and in the country with the values they teach. I digress, but Oklahoma has a tremendous tradition. We've only played them one time, and that one time, I believe it's one of the great teams I've seen in the history of college football. Of course, Leroy Selman, arguably, people will argue he's the greatest defensive lineman to ever play the game. He was a tremendous player in college and in professionally. Unbelievable player. And along with a lot, Joe Washington, a kid named Brooks, Barry Switzer took that team. They won the national championship. And that's the only time that we have faced them. And we did so, interestingly enough, with a freshman quarterback named Rick Leach. Rick Leach, who was highly touted. So anyway, I'm excited about the challenge that this game represents for our team. Now, we have 51 returning lettermen. I anticipate that we're not going to be intimidated. It's a big stadium, and it's going to be loud. They're coming off a very disappointing season at 6-7, and they lost their bowl game that they played by 1 point to Navy. They went out and picked up some players and an offensive coordinator in the portal. The quarterback brought his offensive coordinator with him, or vice versa. I'm not sure what it is. But this John Mateer, who was considered the top quarterback in the portal, at least one of them. And the coach, Arbuckle, is 29 years old, the offensive coordinator who came with him. Now, he was coaching in high school and then Houston Baptist like 3 or 4 years ago. But he went to Washington State. He's obviously very capable. He had Cam Ward, who left him at Washington State and went to Miami and ended up being the number 1 player picked last year's draft. And then last year he had Mateer. And we'll talk about his football, but he just doesn't throw it all over the park. I anticipated that's what I would see statistically, but that's not how he does it. And Mateer is a better than average runner. He ran for a 4.6 average last year. He ran for 15 touchdowns. They're going to he's going to call his number when they get down in the red zone to run the ball. We can anticipate run pass RPO, run pass option with Mateer keeping the ball. In last week, they only ran for 100 yards, and they were disappointed with that and thought they should have done better, and they wanted to put more on the ground rushing. But they threw the ball all over the park very successfully. But Mateer had 20 of those yards, those rushing yards. So anyway, I anticipate they're going to throw when they have to, but they just don't throw the ball, and they run the quarterback. So we're going to have to defend that quarterback. Everything starts in and around him, much like most offenses, but they rely heavily on him, not just to throw the ball well and lead the team, but also to run the ball effectively. And he's a part of their rushing attack. Now, when I look around the league, the only 2 teams that lost in the Big Ten last week were Northwestern when they went down to Tulane and got beat 23-3, I think. And then UCLA, who got beat by a pretty good Utah team. And, of course, UCLA has that great quarterback that transferred from Tennessee. But as we, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa plays Iowa State this weekend. With the 2 biggest games are Michigan, Oklahoma, and Iowa State. So everybody had a fast start. I see some tremendous talent at quarterback around the league. Washington, that quarterback is really good. The kid they're really happy with the young kid at Maryland, who's a true freshman, much like our guys. I love our quarterback, and I think he's going to have a wonderful future. He will have some adversity, and he will have some games where he doesn't play. But, boy, he came out and showed. I like him because he's also self-correcting. When you watch him, he corrects himself, and he gets with the receiver, and he talks to him, and he's not happy. He's a real competitor, and you can see it in his face and how he conducts himself. And everybody loved that block he had. And I will say this, if he can list the price, do not block with your right shoulder. Again, get in front of the guy, but don't do that. We don't want you to hurt that right shoulder. But that showed his determination, the kind of tough kid he is. And I think we're going to be in for a lot of great football out of him. And he's going to be also, I think he has all the intangibles and will be a great leader. Now, last week, when I watched the game, I was anxious to see him pass more. But so what we have to do is an offense, and I believe this because this happens to teams. When you get a great passer like that, a kid with all that ability, and you see those big chunks of yards he can take down the field, what happens is you cannot lose your identity. You can't talk yourself into throwing the ball all the time, even though it's fun and you love to watch it. Our identity is to control the line of scrimmage and run the ball and be physical until they stop the run. And when they bring the 8th man up and to stop the run, then we're going to throw the ball. So our identity is to run the ball. Last week, we were 50-50, 50 passes, 31 passes, I think, to 30 rushes, which is a nice balance. But the identity of our team is physical football and to rush the ball. I thought our defense played great last weekend. I thought we have I don't know how many outside edge rushers he has of great talent. Those guys are good out there. We have 2 real good guys, our starters, Captain Moore and then TJ Guy. But holy cow, there's a couple other kids out there that he ran in there that are freshmen, young players. we're going to lose on that late hit or that targeting. My feeling about it is this: it was not an intentional hit. It was not malicious. He tried to turn his head to the side. He's 6'4" when he hit that quarterback, and of course it resulted in a fumble, and then he picked up and ran and scored, but it, it was reversed. But we have to protect the quarterbacks in college football. And so I hate to see him lose time. I hate to see him ejected from the game and sit out the first half. I don't like it because he's our guy. But I do believe we have to protect the quarterback and the players in general. And we have to try to stop helmet to helmet to the best of our ability. And somehow it naturally happens, like I think it did last week. But we have to stop it. And that's my feeling on that. And so even though I don't like the call, and even though they drove down and got a touchdown against us, which was undeserved because on third down they completed a long pass to sustain the drive, even after that fumble, which was out of bounds, and the officials didn't see it, and they continued down the field and scored. Even though I did not like that, I think we have to protect those quarterbacks back there, and so it was a legitimate call. I think maybe they could look at it, maybe eject a guy from the game, maybe not the first half if they don't think it was malicious or there was intent to injure. But I do think the vulnerable quarterback has to be protected. I like Brent Venables, the coach. I think he's extraordinary. He's coached in 8 national championship games as a defensive coordinator for both Oklahoma, where he started with Coach Stoops, and out at Clemson with Coach Sweeney, and he's highly regarded. He is now their defensive coordinator. He will be the man trying to stop our offense. Now, I told you what I think about. We got to be able to run out there and run effectively and control line scrimmage. They have 2 really good defensive tackles and a defensive end that are all pro prospects. They're not in the top. Well, I think they're in the top 100. A defensive tackle named Holton, edge guy named Thomas, and then another big defensive lineman, Adiba War. So they have some talent on defense. And we got to get after them, control the line of scrimmage, and possess the ball. We had 3 sacks last week. We got to hit Mateer, and we got to destroy his rhythm. That'll be important to the outcome of the game, and we got to tackle him. Remember, he can run the ball, and he's mobile. He's a veteran guy. He's been around. He was a Washington State guy. But they do not throw the ball all over the park. That's a misnomer. So real quickly, let's look at let's look at the balance between both teams. We threw the ball 50% of the time and ran the ball 50% of the time. That was 425 yards on offense, which was a really outstanding production. And the nice thing is we rushed for 200 yards. And Justin Hayes, of course, showed that he's a big-time home run hitter. But our other back is good. And he ran in there for tough yards. He never broke one, but he's capable. So I really like Haynes. I mean, he's really extraordinary. He's a veteran guy. Came from Alabama, of course. And, man, he can go the distance. He's like old number 23 for Michigan, Sammy Morse. He's a guy that can really get it done running the ball. They rushed the ball last week. They passed the ball 54% of the time. And, 60% of the time they threw the ball, and 40% of the time they rushed it. But historically, this Arbuckle, this young offensive coordinator, he's 54% rush and 46% pass. So they're not a pass-happy guy. They only rushed for 100 yards, as I told you, and they weren't happy with that production. And they're focused on that, and they think they want to get better there. So they're not just going to disdain the run. They're going to try to rush. It's going to be RPO. This kid's efficient at it, so we got to defend them. Now, last week, when we passed the ball downfield several times for almost 12 yards a catch. They threw the ball downfield for about 10.5 per catch. We allowed 17 points last week. That's too much. And we scored 34. They allowed 3 points last week against Illinois State. It scored 31. They went ahead 21-0, but then they did not score again until late in the fourth quarter when they picked up another 14. Turnover differential, that's going to be key in the outcome of any of these hotly contested games between the blue bloods of college football. Turnovers almost always dictate what happens or the outcome of the game. Now we're -1. Samaj Morgan has got to catch those punts. We cannot allow punts to drop, and we can't have fumbles on kickoffs. We had that young player do that who's got great promise. Dropped the ball on that kickoff when the ball came out. You could see the ball come out from his body when he tried to hurdle somebody and give extra effort. But that's when you had to secure the ball. So now they gave up 2. They fumbled once and he threw an interception. So we got to win the turnover battle. We got to create turnovers and intercept him, destroy his rhythm, get to him, get him, disguise our coverages and fool him. But we got to try to pick one off and then force a couple fumbles against them. That can go a long way. Of course, we have the best kicker in the country, kicking efficiency, Zavada. I've talked about him. We punted. Our net punt last week was 42.5. They did not punt. They did not attempt a field goal. The extra points were 5 for 5, so I don't know how good the field goal kicker is. He's a guy who is a transfer, and I guess I could look at his record, which I did not do. I'm remiss there. So I don't know how good he is. I know that Zavada, if we're inside our 50, that guy can kick 160, 60 yards, and he's demonstrated that. So he's always a threat to score. Now, third down efficiency, we were 6 for 13, which was good for a young player, 46%. You always want to be over 40. Anytime you can be over 50, that's even better. Where on third down, you're gonna be successful at least half the time. They were only 40% on third down success last week. So they were not as successful on third down. Our defense was really good against they held New Mexico well under 40. Illinois State was 1 for 11 against them on third down efficiency against their defense. So they were only successful on 1 third down, Illinois State. Now the key thing is this Mateer. He rushed for over 1,000 yards this year. So he rushed for 15 touchdowns. So we got to stop him. Our quarterback is throwing the ball. He completed 67.7% of his passes, and I thought he was really good and extraordinary. Mateer, of course, was really good last week. They threw the ball for over 300 yards, and he was greatly successful against a team that they should have had great success. So here we go. Saban said, I watched Coach Saban before the season, and he said that, it's hard. You used to be able to predict what would happen on the basis of who was coming back and what your record was last year and the performance of your players last year. Well, every team's a new team. They picked up several people, a couple wide receivers, and a couple running backs. They have a kid named Ott who didn't play much, who came from Cal, who's a pro prospect, highly regarded running back. So who runs fast. I mean, really fast. And so they picked up some players, 2 wide receivers that are pro prospects. So they filled in the gaps where they needed to. So we don't know about Oklahoma. We know they have a really great coach in Venables, and he's been around. When I say he's a great coach, he's demonstrated. They won 10 games a couple years ago. Last year was a great disappointment. There is great pressure there to win, just like there is at any of the large programs. So I like him. I like his ethic. I like what he says about us. He talked about Sharon. He was on the show. Now, this was fun. He talked about Sharon when he was on the staff at Oklahoma, when Sharon played there. And this was his description. Ultra physical, which I like. I like that description. That's a compliment if you're ultra physical. Smart, hard worker, methodical at his task. Great perseverance, and a quiet leader who the teammates were attracted to. So that's how we described Sharon, which I thought was a nice description of him as a player. And I see those same qualities in our coach here. I like him, and I like what he's done. He's a young coach, and like all young coaches, he's learning as he goes, like we all do when we're a profession. But I think he's a quick learner, and I like him, and I like him as a leader. So he understands Oklahoma. He knows what it is to go in there. We have a lot of veteran players. They've played in championship games. They played at Ohio State. So I do not think we're going to be intimidated. By the same token, we have to take our young quarterback and bring him along in a hostile environment. So we got to get the first down. We have to control the line of scrimmage. I liked what the offensive line did on the first couple series where we run right down the field and scored and controlled line of scrimmage. But then they had maybe made some adjustments, but we did not block as well. The left side of the line scored really well. The right side, there were some mistakes. Sprake got beat once when we had one sack, the right tackle. But we have a couple young guys in there, and hopefully we'll gain consistency. We have a wonderful line coach and Coach Newsom, and of course the other line coach is our head coach. So the offensive line and their performance will be critical in this one. We have to not turn the ball over. So our running backs they're going to get hit and hit hard. There's going to be tremendous excitement there at the beginning of the game. I'm excited for it. It's a big red building with a lot of red seats, and we have to be prepared for an ultra hostile crowd. Sure, we're going to have some Michigan people there, but we're going to be grossly outnumbered. We have to take the Oklahoma fans out of the game by being outstanding, taking care of the ball. So win the kicking game. Be physical at the point of attack. Get off the blocks on defense. Disengage. Shut their run off. Force Mateer into being the passer. And then allow us to play the coverages where we fool him. We disguise coverages, much like they did to Manning. Ohio State did to Manning last week. They fooled him a lot. He did not play well, but they fooled him. Part of it was a defensive scheme. So Wink will go to work on this guy. He's seen really outstanding passers, and Mateer is rated very highly as a pro prospect. And we've got to get him off his rhythm, just like we did Howard last year with a defensive line. And we didn't sack him every time, but every time he went to pass, he had one of his offensive linemen in his lap. And then we created a dish around him. We got to let our edge guys, who are so gifted and so talented, beat their man one-on-one and put pressure on him. But we can't allow Mateer to escape, because when he gets in the open field, he's a productive runner. He's not as elusive as, for instance, J.J. McCarthy was, or a really great runner, but he's good enough runner that he can hurt you, and he's effective. Physical. Shut them down right away. Get the first down. Get the first stop, like we always talk about it. Swarm to the ball carrier. I like our defense. They're long. When I say long, they're tall kids. They're long. They have long arms. They are fast. Hausman was outstanding last week, and so were Sullivan and some of the other guys that came in. Rolander, they were all good. So they close on the ball fast. So we got to close when the ball comes out, and they threw 19 balls downfield to their receivers last week. So we got to cover, but we got to close on the ball, let no additional yards after the catch, and also wrap them up inside and do not let them break tackles and stop the run. Stop the run. They're going to attempt to run on us, and we have to be prepared to stop them, make them one-dimensional, and put them into third and long situations. All right, we always talk about this. They're Michigan. They're going in there wearing that magnificent helmet, our great uniforms. There's great pride and tradition, and you build on that. And you believe in yourself because these great players that played in the past, Jamie Morris, Woodson, all these great players, all our Heisman Trophy winners, and all those guys. Those are guys that you can think about. I always like the kids to look at. I always say, show that Hutchinson on film. Man, that guy does not stop. He has a motor. Part of his greatness is that he doesn't stop. When that whistle blows, until the whistle blows, he's 100%. That's the way you have to play this game. This is a game that we're going to play. We're going to play really gifted players on the other side. They think that they're going to have a good year this year in the SEC. I might mention that this is a critical game because the SEC and the Big Ten, I think, the way it works, get 7 spots in the college football playoff, which means that this game, we're playing an SEC team. So this could determine who gets 4 and who gets 3, where the Big Ten gets 4 and the SEC gets 3, or the SEC gets 4, the Big Ten gets 3. So this game will be determined as it relates to the outcome of that. So have a great, the this is fun. When you go into a stadium, Jamie, where they're all hostile and they're all yelling and they think they're all going crazy and they can't wait to beat you and they're behind their team, it's fun. You come together as a team. Going in a hostile stadium is adverse. Those are not ideal conditions. So it's how you handle that. Stay calm. Believe in yourself. Believe in your teammates. Play for your teammates. Play for yourself. Actualize yourself as a player. Be the best player you can possibly be. The Michigan tradition, the Michigan man thing is that when you play, you give a great account of yourself. Not winning and losing every game. Sure, we anticipate we're going to win. We want to win. We're going to play hard to win. But it's how you conduct yourself and make a great account of yourself. And the other team will know after the game that they have played Michigan. Be physical. Win the turnover battle. No mistakes. We have to eliminate the mistakes. One of the things I like that Coach Moore said, we're going to focus on eliminating mistakes. So he looked at the last game, and he took it apart, and they focused on the mistakes. The first thing you do on Monday is walk through game mistakes and correct them. You don't want to make mistakes. So we can't make big mistakes. We can't drop punts. We can't drop kickoffs. We can't give the other team good field position. We have to punt well and cover. We've got to play with all-out determination. We've got to believe in ourselves. We've got to know that we are Michigan, and we have a purpose, and we have goals, and we shall not let the Oklahoma Sooners and those beautiful red jerseys, that great tradition, stand in our way. They do not believe right now in their mind because of what happened to them last year. I believe this, that they're going to beat Michigan. Sure, they're going in determined, but right now they're unsure. Well, we have to reinforce that. We have to let them know they shall not beat us. Play for Michigan, play for yourself, play for your teammates, play for your family, play for your school, and win, and win. We're going to gain great momentum out of this if we win. And I'm excited. And go blue. I can't wait for the game tomorrow night.
Thanks, Blade. Appreciate it. That's Bob Thornblade, former coach, former player. That's why he's got so much thunder. We got to go to a break. But before that, we got a breaking news.
Yeah, we got breaking news out of the world of the National Football League. A guy that a lot of people were hoping was going to suit up in the Honolulu blue and silver this season. According to reports from Adam Schefter, and has been confirmed, after last night's victory, the Philadelphia Eagles have signed former Detroit Lion defensive end Zadarius Smith to a 1-year deal to help bolster the defensive line. So Big Z is heading over to the world champion Philadelphia Eagles. It is official by Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero of NFL.com, and by our own Adam Schefter from ESPN. Not good.
No. It could be a patch job. Meaning,
you're right.
They want to have someone on the back end in case Jalen Carter
if he decides to spit or if he gets suspended for another game.
Yeah, they haven't announced if there's what the penalty will be afterwards as of right now. I mean, they'll probably figure it out come Monday or Tuesday when the week 1 is in the books. But that's what it looks like right now at the very least. Just remember, kids, never hawk Tua an opposing player. That's your lesson from Uncle Miz today. Never hawk an opponent. Unless you want to get out of your job early, then by all means, hawk Tua all day long.
We need to go to a break, catch our breath, and then we get back. It's your keys to the game. What are your 3 keys to tomorrow night game? 3 keys, Hadley. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
Keys. Yeah, we're clear.
Oh my God.
Coach Blade sounds like Bo to me.
Yeah, that's what he's trying. That's his intent. trying to
Okay.
keep the man alive
Okay.
in your heart. He knows everybody loves him. Everybody, hey, I got a phone call today. Hey, Blade coming on, right? Yeah, it's Blade Day. It's Blade Day.
He sounds like Bo.
Like, is it Friday? Then you already know what day it is.
Exactly. Oklahoma.
Now, is there what is Bo's real name? Bo is a nickname, obviously, right?
Yeah.
A big sweet. You missed out on it last week. You missed out on Pick'em. So I initially gave you.
Yeah, you did well. We went 3-3.
Yeah, I gave you who was favored in all of the games.
Okay.
So you went 3-3. Jamie and myself and the fan vote went 3-3. But we had some fan vote ties that we got to get broken by the people. So
By the peoples.
that's right. So people in the chat, the first person that tells me who will win out of it's only 2 games, I believe, that we're missing, that I've got tiebreakers that we need a tiebreaker on. So the first person in chat on the social medias who can give me their winner for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. Let's see. Hold on before. Hi, Bob, who will pick the winner of this one.
Yes, Glenn.
The Cy-Hawk one.
Glenn Bo Schembeckler. That's what he's telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn, okay. Glenn Bolson.
Glenn
okay.
E. Schembeckler.
Mm-hmm. Glenn E. Schembeckler.
Yes, Glenn E.
Glenn E. Okay.
But I need a tiebreaker for this one, the Cy-Hawk Trophy. So a couple rivalry games, actually, for our pick'ems this week. This one and for the battle of I'm just calling it Kansas City. Kansas and Missouri.
Dude, I was watching that. That rivalry. Did you know? You did know. There's Eric. Look at Eric. He's in
E-Boogie.
Iowa State.
That's
all
the first
the way.
person. All right.
Iowa State. Wow.
Don't sleep on the Fighting Matt Campbells, I guess. All right, Boogie. you listen. You got the one for that one. So
oh my God, I got to send this one to you guys. This is funny. It's just a little funny. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right.
Just a little funny.
We haven't talked about your boy playing tonight.
Who are we talking about?
Harbaugh tonight.
Yeah. We'll get to him. We got plenty of time right now. Oklahoma.
It's a game day threads.
I heard that Klein's got a bad ankle. The tight end.
Oh.
But he did travel. You know, if you travel, they're going to put you're going to win. Christian McCaffrey, who went from full practice Wednesday to being limited on Thursday, did not practice today due to calf injury. It's time for Christian McCaffrey maybe to, let's say, retire.
I was going to say hang him up.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Can't count on him no more.
I mean, he had I don't know what happened to him, but he had some bad calves and everything like that.
He was hurt in college too at Stanford, wasn't he?
Yeah, he tore his shit up. Drip. Did you guys see the drip?
The uniforms?
Yeah, that's the drip, baby. Drip,
Yeah,
baby, drip. Baby. Look at that helmet blend in with that jersey with those maize pants. And those, hey, and don't be fooled. Those ain't the old black shoes we used to wear. Them right there is blue shoes.
Who sent it? Was that you sent it?
Yeah.
Jalen Carter looking like Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, man. I would tell you, I don't know, man. I'm like, wow, what do you think?
That is hilarious.
All right, we are coming back from break, and I will once we get our first once we get that taken care of, we'll go from there. So stand by, guys.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler, and you got the guy who leads you right up the middle. He'll take you to the promised land. Yes, he will. That would be the center of attention, Larry Lee. We call him Big Sweet, though, so you can too. 734-998-1050, 734-998-1050. My three keys to the game: line play on both sides of the ball.
So is that 2 or 1?
That's just one. Line play. Line of scrimmage is the most important territory to Michigan because that's Oklahoma. That's their land. We're going to conquer it. Each and every series, we get the ball. And it starts with the offense and defensive lines. We got to defend from an offensive standpoint. We got to advance as a defensive line. And then the second one, quarterback, keep calm. Stay calm. I know this is your first time being in a hostile situation. It's nighttime. Everything is going around you. All the lights are flashing. The buzz is around you. Dude, you back in the backyard throwing ball with your dad. You having fun. Dad's calling it, and you throwing the dad, and he's catching that ball. Just, hey, that's all you got to do. Be calm. It's going to be some action. They're going to be flying around you. Let them fly. Just keep your composure. That's all you got to do. Number 3, and most important, no turnovers. And I'm talking special teams. We can't have special team turnovers. We can't. That changes the game. We can't have turnovers in itself. There's no turnovers allowed. You got to when you got that ball, you hold it tight. Because if the ball, even if your elbows hit the ground and your knees, if that ball pops out, everybody's jumping on it. The referee may go, woo! And replay ain't telling you nothing. You know it as well as I. Right. You ain't going to get that call. That call is going Oklahoma. Turnovers, line of scrimmage, and keep your composure.
All right. I got pretty much the same 3, but in a different order. Number 1 for me is going to be the quarterback. Because because of all the stuff we've been mentioning, you know, this is only his second game.
Right.
I expect him to do well, but you know, we could have a great offensive line day, and if he can't hit the side of a barn, or he's flustered, then it does no good. So I'm gonna say the quarterback first, the line second, both lines, like you said, both lines second. And I agree with you on the special teams. Those I just reversed the order of your O-line and quarterback. That's all. I think the quarterback is more important right now on this particular game. Now, obviously, I think line's very important each and every game. But this particular game, if the line is okay and the quarterback stinks or doesn't show up or he's not up to speed yet, then you still could have a bad day. So I'm going with the quarterback first.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I clicked. I clicked over. Listen, I clicked over to another tab. I'm sorry.
That's you, man.
Okay. All right. I got you. First one for me. The first key is it kind of starts off with the pass rush. I'm not concerned with the running game. Their top rusher, by the way, in the game against the FCS Power of Illinois State, the Redbirds from Normal, Illinois. Only reason why I know that is there's a marching camp down there. My brother was there.
Okay.
Top running back, 44 yards of rushing. They don't have a running game. So it really comes down to the pass rush. It comes down to the pass rush. You got to find a way to beat the guys on the offensive line. They allowed one sack in the victory over Illinois State last week. You got to show them that, hey, that was an FCS guy. This is big dog. This is big boy football. This is big man football. We get down to the nitty gritty. We about to show you what's up. So the pass rush has got to be on their A game first and foremost. Number 2, whoever's covering for our boy Jay Sean Barham in that first half, you got to play like you are, your linebacker number 1. Step up your game and prove that you deserve to be in the linebacker spot. That, hey, maybe you should have a position battle, during one of these off weeks. So that's my number 2 thing. Number 3, as you said, Jamie, clean football. Whether it's keeping the penalties to a minimum, because last week there was way too many penalties on Michigan, especially in the second half. You got to keep a clean slate or at least a clean sheet as best as possible, and try to prevent as many turnovers as possible. So if you don't think that you can field a punt, while you're on the move, let that ball go. Let your offense go on the field, take care of the business that they need to, and try to move up the field that way. But to me, those have got to be the big things in terms of keeping a clean sheet. Keep your penalty yardage and your penalties to a minimum, and try to keep the turnover ratio in your favor. That's got to be one of the biggest keys of this one, is to keep the turnover ratio in Michigan's favor. But I think on the defensive side of things, it's got to be the pass rush. Has got to give pressure on that quarterback, on John Mateer. Give him pressure. If you can't pressure him, we could be looking at a very long day for the secondary. So that's my 3 keys right there. Pass rush, got to be at a premium. Whoever's filling in for Jay Sean in the first half, play like your linebacker 1 and have a clean sheet on the turnover and penalty battles. And I think Michigan can pull off that dub tomorrow night in Oklahoma.
What's the line on tomorrow's game?
Last I checked, it is Oklahoma favored by 4.5 now, according to ESPN bets. So I haven't seen if that's changed or not, and it has not changed. Still 4.5 in favor of Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So for you betting junkies out there, let it be known. Oh, and over under is 44.5. So there's that. So there you go, Jamie. Let's see what the people got to say.
734-998-1050. Let's go to Jake in Ann Arbor. What's up, Jake?
What a great day to be a Michigan Wolverine. We are 26 awesome hours away till kickoff. I am pumped up. All I want to say, too, is I feel like this game's going to be a lot like Ohio and Alabama and stuff. I feel like it's going to be a second-half comeback. But I'm going to go 21-17 Michigan winning in the upset victory and stuff. I want to hear Wolverine Nation. When I say go, you say blue. Go!
Blue!
Go!
Blue!
Go!
Blue!
Free to be a Michigan Wolverine. Free to be a Michigan Wolverine. One game, one play, one moment at a time. I'll have them listen, go blue, win or lose. I'll have them and listen, go blue, shock the world tomorrow.
Oh, I forgot to.
Right.
Go blue, baby. Thanks, Jake. Thanks for the phone call. 734-998-1050. What's up, Hadley?
Let's get ready to answer the most important question of the day. This is it. 3 keys. Here we go. Number 1. You're right, Jamie. Get that line straightened out there, both offense and defense. I think it's more important on the offensive line to keep Underwood clean as possible. And everybody's saying that he's going to try to run with ball. And then Al Borges said on his show today with Sam that if he's going to run it, he shouldn't do it like more than 5 or 6 times during the game to keep himself, of course, from getting hurt. That's pretty good advice, huh?
I like it.
Would you recommend that?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I agree with it.
He would. Yeah. Well, let's put it this way: do you think he will run at this game?
I think he will. I think they're going to do about anything to win this game because it's probably the one that sticks out like a sore thumb, and they're on national TV.
Right. And it's going up right against the Boston College-Michigan State game. Guess who's going to get the better ratings?
Oh, I think we know who's going to get the better rating. The one that's going to be shown, that's going to be on everybody or most everybody's TV screen that's on ABC or listening right here on the Big 1050.
There you go.
Yeah.
We got the return. They come back to see us next year?
Yes. I can't remember what the date. I think they already announced it. It's I'll take a look at the future schedule, but I know that they have announced that there is a date already for the non-conference schedule next year.
Wow.
Second key, Jamie, is I think the backfield has got to definitely play a little better and stop, touchy-feely with all these guys. This is how we get the stupid-ass penalties and stuff like that. So they've got to shore that up a bit. And we haven't heard anything about Mr. Moore. They're saying he might play, but why rush it? If he's not ready, don't put him in the game, right? Or am I wrong?
I don't see that being an issue. I mean, I would want him at 100%.
Right.
And I mean, we've seen that, the secondary, and I know it's New Mexico that, and I never like to poo-poo on the, on your opponent, no matter what they're at, in the hierarchy of college football. But, in this case, I mean, we saw last week how well the secondary, as best as they could play, at least with Brandon Hillman, and Jair Sugar Hill and Brandon Hillman, just kind of going out there. I do think that, especially with TJ Metcalf had himself really good plays, especially on the goal line defense for Michigan last week. That, I do think that you want to make sure that he is as close to 100%, if not 100% on the field tomorrow, if you're going to put him out there for a big game. So if we don't see him tomorrow, I'm okay with him sitting out this week and next week and having him go out there against Nebraska in week 4 if he's ready to go for that. But again, don't want to rush him after a real bad knee injury from last year,
And Vance was saying with Sam this morning that it's too bad this is not a day game because he says the crowd is going to be pretty drunk with their moonshine and they just yell and scream at you.
What does Oklahoma know about moonshine, man? That's some backwoods Appalachia stuff, man.
Oh,
that's not some Oklahoma stuff.
That's some backwoods in the desert type of stuff.
No, that's they drink that watered down whiskey is what they drink down there. Watered down stuff. They don't know about no good moonshine.
Jamie, they also said that Michigan's going to kind of feel at home because their stadium is almost shaped like the horseshoe.
They got a square. They don't have that curve. They don't have the curve.
Well, they've got.
They don't have the toilet curve.
Yeah, they've got the two end. They've got it covered in the two ends at the very least. Yeah.
Well, right. They were saying there was more an open end.
I get it. I'm saying I was just saying they got the toilet curve.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you can envision, scarlet and gray on the other side. They got the scarlet part down. I know it's a different color, but roll with that thing.
And the spread went up, right? It was
it went up from the initial one when it came out on Saturday or Sunday, but it's gone down since then. So this is the lowest it's been since the initial release of things. So that's where we're at right now.
Okay. Well, let's just hope we can pull this out. It's not going to kill us to lose this game. We'll still be in the running because, it's not a Big Ten game, of course, but It will hurt a little bit, but I don't think it will hurt that bad if we can, bounce back. And playing 3 road games in 6 games this is not going to be easy for Michigan to do this. And this is why we don't like the way home, way home, way home. Next year is supposed to be a little more home friendly, I hear, and stuff. And Larry, I just wanted to tell, Miz, I did vote on your little poll there for the games. Thank you for putting in the 1-loss records. That definitely helped.
Oh, you're welcome. I made sure I did it specifically for you, Hadley, just for you.
Yes.
I want to see what you did.
Larry, you should know that Miz put in your game. And what I found very interesting is that when you look at those games and you pick who you want to win, they also tell you how many people have voted. As of right now, more people have voted for your game than the Michigan game.
Hey, I'll take that.
I think a lot of people are more stressed out about that potentially.
I take that. What you got planned for the weekend, Hadley?
Oh, definitely watching the game. I'm just chilling here at the crib and just having a few beverages and the usual. I'll do my own little tailgating here at the house and wonder what Jamie's doing.
The house that Hadley lives in.
So you going for a hardball tonight?
Yeah, I'd love to see that. It should be a very good game and stuff. Are you playing this weekend or are you free for the football?
No, I am free for football this weekend.
You're going to watch UCLA play.
Yeah, right.
What time is that game?
It's actually an 8:00 kickoff on CBS Sports Network.
We gonna watch that one. We should watch that together, man. We can watch that.
You put it on double box. Michigan on one and UCLA on the other.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm gonna go ahead.
Go ahead, Larry. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna be a football guy this weekend. Football.
Well, it's good. And like we told you before, you got to get ready to give us your report.
Yes, sir.
For that game in the Michigan game. You're getting to be a Michigan man now, slowly but surely. All you need is a shirt.
John Wangland wants to give me an honorary degree.
Well, I think you deserve that. Why not?
Well, okay. I was just saying, if it did, though, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Jamie, real quick, when you, and I'm not going to knock on it. I know Angelique's got stuff to do and stuff. What I was going to ask you to do for Larry, he hasn't heard it yet. You should play him that drop. Oh, remember what you did?
Play him the drop.
We talking this one right here. The sound that Jamie impersonates of Hadley whenever Angelique comes on. It's
Larry, Jamie's got to explain the backstory on that. There's more to it than
Angelique,
that.
Hadley has a heartbeat for Angelique. He loves her.
And she's my homegirl, right?
Yeah, we know Cincinnati. Yeah,
that's right.
Cincinnati. She loves that. Yeah,
and her dad was from Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah. And her husband likes Ohio State.
Boo that man.
That man is no common sense. I don't care if he's a doctor. No,
I just heard you had a heart there, but I wouldn't think you would bring up her husband.
Hey, I told you he got a thing for her.
It's Hadley for you.
Yeah, well, I'm not the only one. Let's just put it that way.
You're not.
I wish. Do you remember the story she told when she went to the game in 21 and she was all caught up in that crowd and everything, and some guy saved her from getting crushed, pushed her out of the way?
Yeah. Hadley wishes it was him.
Yeah, I wish it was me.
I'm learning a lot about you, Hadley.
We had slowly but surely, Big Sweet's learned about all of our listeners.
My goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, within a year, he'll be well experienced by all of our little Secrecy isn't
Hadley,
anything else.
Hadley, it's
Enjoy the
always
game, guys.
it's all great talking to you. We'll talk to you later, okay?
Have a good weekend, Hadley.
734-998-1050. We need to go to a break, but the lines are open. You're listening to the.
What are we listening to, Jamie?
We're listening to.
What's our show called, Jamie?
We're listening to silence. Silence.
It was Philly E's calling in. That's why I looked over there. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We'll be back.
Silence. Who's that? It was a comedian. Who was it? Silence. Oh, it was Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
You know, talking about when he was that cop, you know, the old man cop.
Right, yeah.
I used to love some Martin Lawrence show, man. That was some funny stuff,
Lawrence
man.
was good. That show was good.
It was hilarious. I like some comedy. Music and comedy.
All right.
Is he from the real DMZ?
I can't remember if it's Virginia, but I know he's from the DMV area. That I do know. Yeah.
Yeah, then it's DC, Maryland, Virginia, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, technically it's what? Delaware, Maryland, Virginia,
right,
or whatever. But yeah.
The DMV.
And it looks like we may have to bump one of our callers down one spot because we got Brother Ken coming out.
Okay. You can move.
Jamie,
down.
what was that restaurant in DC? Everybody looked something Poets or the Poet.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You're talking about in Georgetown? Georgetown?
I think it might have been, yeah.
Or it's just outside of Georgetown. Yeah, I know.
Just outside of Georgetown. Something
yeah.
Poet, the Last Poets or Poet or something.
Yep. That was another cover. Bar.
I'm a member.
Exactly.
I gotta tell you my DC story one day, off the air. Did you catch up with Doc? Did you talk to Doc Walker?
I got to call. That's right. That's what I got to do. All right, call.
We got to call Doc.
We need to call Doc on the phone. Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, traditional drip check for tomorrow. By the way, here you go.
Yeah, that's nice.
Tradition.
That looks good.
Mm-hmm.
That looks
Okay.
good.
Yeah. That looks.
I like that. I like
the pants and the helmet.
Can't go wrong with the Maze helmet or with the Maze pants. You can't go wrong with that.
With the white shirt, yeah.
Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I do.
School.
I do get down on that all white. That all white looks nice and crispy. Same with the white. See with the white and blue. You know, that's not bad either. But
that's clean right there.
That's that's clean. That's classic right there.
Yeah.
That's a classic look.
I can't see the shoes.
They blue.
Oh, they blue.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. Nice blue cleats.
Okay.
Beautiful, as my grandmother used to say. And by the way, I did look up. It's Michigan, Oklahoma next year at the Big House on September the 12th.
So. Oh, nice.
All right.
Now, and it does look like the game against Western, unless they change it, and everything is bound to change, would be week 1 at home. But
it's changing.
Like I said,
it's changing. It's gonna be here.
Yeah,
I don't even know why we trying to go out there. Ain't no reason going out there.
Right. Well, September 5th would be the first game, week 1 of the season. So
I don't know why we trying to go out there. No, I'm joking.
So does UCLA play them next year?
Yep, they come to the Big House.
They come in here,
and then 27 we head out there.
Oh, okay, all right.
So we
gotta
get
go there.
get a little rivalry back at banter at least next season, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want to talk. You don't.
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right, we coming back from break, and we'll get this thing popping.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler.
Yeah.
And the center himself, the center of the attention that he should deserve. And he is the GM of the M Zone, Larry Lee.
I know, man. Whoa. All right.
Speaking of picks, 734-998-1050. Let's go to Greer in the DMV.
Greer, I couldn't remember specifically where you're at. I just knew you were in that area.
Harrisburg, PA.
PA, okay. I keep forgetting, brother, but I still love you. You know that.
You're good. Couple things. It's normally not like me I can easily let stuff go. I can't get over the targeting on Barham. I just can't.
You and me both, brother.
Thankfully, we have a young pup in Sullivan who played very, very well. So
really
I'm hoping
good.
That doesn't have too much of a impact. But man, that just. And then I saw someone on IG post the hit on J.J. McCarthy from ECU that got overturned. And it's night and day.
Right. That kid tried to kill JJ.
He left his feet. He planted both feet, led with his helmet, and his hands were at his side.
Right.
And it got overturned. It's unbelievable. I can't make sense of it. But I for some reason, I didn't feel good about, and it's not even from really last week's performance. I just have like this quiet confidence in the guys to get it done tomorrow. I don't know what it is. I think Sharon is an incredibly intelligent preparer and planner. And I just feel really good. I feel really good about our prospects tomorrow.
That's good then. I'm feeling you.
Yeah, I think I want to say 24-20 Michigan.
That's a respectable score.
That's respectable. I like it.
Yeah, I think both teams are really going to pound the rock. We're going to see good defense, and I'm excited. It's a new, they only played once in the history. It's another blue blood. We're the biggest show in town tomorrow. It's going to be great.
Hey, Greer, can I ask you a question before we let you go to the next caller?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who are you picking between Kansas and Mizzou? 3:30 tomorrow.
Be careful.
You're the tiebreaker.
Let's go with Kansas.
Okay, there we go.
Let's go with Kansas. I don't like that guy for what he said about Harbaugh or the science. I'm gonna fade him every chance I get.
Respectfully, we get it, brother.
All right, fellas. I'll call next week. Have a good one.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Call 734-998-1050. Ken in Lansing. What's up, Ken?
Oh, fellas, I'm just enjoying this partly sunny, very windy day. Get excited for the game tomorrow. That John Mateer, is he AKA the second coming of Christ or what? I mean, they
I don't know. The last I heard, he was the second coming of gambling issues down there in Oklahoma. That's what I heard, but that's just all I heard from the ground. That's all.
Yeah,
he likes it.
He had two fairly tough games against your Texas Tech, and I don't remember the other team, but he was only 50% against some decent competition. So I'm not too worried about him. Ask Melrose how it feels to run against Michigan. He'll clue him in.
Yeah, that's the reason why now he's in Seattle now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was so afraid to run against us. He fumbled the damn ball the first 3 or 4 snaps that he got in that bowl game.
Oh my God! And rain was pouring down, and the ball was going through his hands and everything.
Alabama was having flashbacks against Florida State. Kalen DeBoer's like, oh no, not again.
Not again.
all them big shot 5-stars from Alabama were on the sideline crying like little babies because it was raining. The Michigan players were jacked up because they were kicking their ass. But it's a good thing. We're on the right track right now. Bryce is not going to be intimidated by their loud noise. You better know that we've practiced some loud volume in the practice field for him to get used to. It's nothing he ain't never did. Won a state title when he was 14 years old. So they're not going to rattle that young man. And I'll always remember the picture of him with my grandson at the Belleville ice cream shop when he was only 16 years old, gangly, tall, skinny. And now he's going to be an NFL quarterback. And my grandson's got a picture with him. Go Blue, baby.
Thanks, kid. Appreciate it.
I miss hearing from Ken, so I'm glad that he
I
called
love
up,
Ken
man.
calls, yeah.
We love you, brother, man. We love you, brother. We still back on Sundays, by the way, so you know it's going back on Sundays too.
734-988-1050, 734-988-1050. Philly E, fill it in.
Yeah, just to piggyback on what the previous caller said, and I didn't touch on it, but the targeting thing, when you target something, isn't there if I'm going to target my closet door right now, that means I'm going directly at I don't understand. I've said this 1,000 times. If you have to look and look and look, then it is not egregious. And I got a real question. Whatever happened to the crown of the helmet, spearing,
Right,
launching?
yeah. Where's all
happened to
that? Where is all that? I don't know
Where
where
is all
it
that?
is.
So in other words, now we have to have the smartest guy in the room who's got the itchy trigger finger, like he's Quick Draw McGraw, getting ready to push that button. Got to push it. Somebody hit the quarterback. Let's look for 20 reasons why we think we can get this guy on targeting. It's unbelievable. I got a real good question that nobody's asked yet. Why are we wearing helmets? What is the point of wearing a helmet if you're not even allowed to have incidental contact with somebody's face mask? Does anybody realize that there was a time when even wear face masks?
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Lou Holtz said, bring it back. I remember that was like 20 years ago when Lou Holtz said, don't put helmets on them.
Yeah, I remember that.
Helmets right now. Don't even worry about wearing the shoulder pads either. Just let them go out there with flags around their waist.
Like rugby players.
That's right. Make them like rugby guys.
Yeah, it's incidental contact. When I played, you literally put your face mask
in the middle of your chest.
That's what we were all taught.
Of your helmet ended up hitting his freaking jaw.
Yes,
that's how you were supposed to tackle.
Exactly.
You were targeting
if you didn't have if you didn't see a bloody lip or something like that, because that helmet came up, you had that helmet down and pop up.
Yeah, I love this. And guy from another station, from the rival station, those two Michigan State idiots over in Detroit.
Oh, those two slappies.
They ear-holed them. Really? You want to see your real ear-holing somebody? Look at the shot that Dono takes in the Big Ten championship game on that halfback pass.
Yeah.
And guess what? Nobody flagged it, and nobody called down. Wow. I guess he's a running back. He can do that. So anyway, speaking of calling down, it is amazing that they called down for that call, right? They called down. If it was such an egregious call, why wasn't there a flag thrown to begin with, right?
Right.
But you didn't call. Nobody had the balls to call down when a guy's juggling the balls and sliding all the way into the bench with the. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Anyway, again, it's the Big Ten Keystone Cops. It's the longest running show I can think of, longer than the friggin' Simpsons. Anyway, the three keys. Don't think that OU is going to run the ball against us. I think they are going to be one-dimensional. I think they're going to throw it over 40 times. So what does that mean? We got to maintain leverage on those edges, man. We cannot let that kid out on a scramble on the edge. Our guys got to play that edge. They got to maintain the hard edge. Also, interior guys, we got to maintain those rush lanes. I don't want this guy beating us on scrambles. I don't want to have everything defense and this dude somehow gets out of the pocket, takes off, and it's first down. So let's maintain leverage, let's maintain those rush lanes, and let's wrap this dude up. Number two, let's hit this guy. All right? Let's speed up his clock, okay? Because we all saw in the Super Bowl, even when you sped up one of the greatest quarterbacks that ever lived, number 15 of the Kansas City Chiefs, you speed up his clock, he wasn't all that good when he did that. So, number 3, let's put people in conflict with our quarterback and our run game. I need to see read option. No, we don't need to run it. And everybody's saying it, but yeah, you got to show it, right? You got to show it. You got to force people to worry about it and defense it. RPO, and I imagine those things will open up our running game even more and help out our offensive line. And because we're going to be able to run the ball, because we are putting people in conflict, we are going to protect our defense, and we are going to rotate, I don't know, anywhere but 8 guys on 9 guys on the defensive line. And we're going to have a little more piss and vinegar in the fourth quarter in the trenches, or we're going to win this football game. And you guys said the same thing. We're going to win this game in the trenches on both sides of the ball. So that's where I'm at. And really, we have the better roster. I know what I don't understand. I've seen so many teams that had bad years last year, like LSU, like Oklahoma, and all these teams got better, but somehow we get the number 1 recruit in the country, and somehow they're not going to be any good this year. Why is that? I don't get that. Everybody got better, but Michigan's they suck. Yeah, I don't know. So you know what? We're going to force the national media to take a look at the Michigan Wolverines after tomorrow. Anyway, boys, you have a good weekend and go blue.
Thanks, Philly. Appreciate it.
You ready to do the thing?
Let's do that thing.
Let's do that thing. Because Big Sweet's finally here to do this with us, too.
About time.
Hey, all right.
5 games a note. There really isn't much if you think about it, in the grand scheme. But I found 5 games of note, plus the Michigan game to pick from. So here we go. The first game on the docket. It is a rivalry game at high noon on Fox. It is Iowa at number 16, Iowa State. The Cyclones are a 3.5-point favorite. Again, these numbers are from ESPN Bet. Check your local sports book if you're a gambler. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Jamie Morris, who are you taking to the Cy-Hawk Trophy?
Wow. Iowa State had a big win over in Dublin. And Iowa just beat who they beat last week.
Iowa just played Albany.
Yeah. It's in Iowa State. Give me Iowa State.
All right. Big Sweet, who are you taking between Iowa and Iowa State?
I'm going for the upset.
Oh.
I'm going Iowa.
And going Big Ten. He went Big Ten.
And by the way, if Iowa ends up winning this game, Kirk Ferentz becomes the all-time winningest coach in Big Ten history. So that's
why they want to win it.
That's
another
a big
reason.
one.
That's just pressure.
A trophy.
Not a lot of people like pressure.
Yeah, a lot.
Plus the line is only 3.5. It ain't like Yeah, I'm going Iowa.
It's almost a toss-up at that point. The fan vote went in favor. Well, we had to get the tiebreaker. Big E and E Boogie picked Iowa State, and I'm going that route as well too. Give me the Cyclones to repeat in that Cy-Hawk Trophy game.
I'm a man on an island.
You bet you buy it. You buy yourself right now.
Who knows? Who knows? You could be the one that luck out in that game.
Right.
3:30 on CBS. It's a Big 12 and Big 10 matchup. Question mark. It is Oklahoma State traveling to Eugene against number 6 Oregon, and Oregon is a heavy favorite in this one. 27.5-point favorite. Big Sweet, do you smell upset in this one?
No. Whack, whack, whack. Oregon Duck. Whack, whack, whack.
Jamie Morris.
The mascot keeps his head and Oregon wins.
Goodness gracious, that was an embarrassment. If anyone missed it, Puddles lost his head on the open. Fan vote.
Where's the motorcycle at?
Well, he wasn't even on the motorcycle at that point. He just ran off and he fell. He was so upset that Lee Corso was gone. He's like, "Oh no, I lost my head. Here you go, coach."
Whack, whack.
Fan vote went in favor of Oregon. I'm taking Puddles and the Oregon Ducks to win this one. The battle of, I'm calling it Kansas City. This was a big one. I don't remember if you guys remember 2007, I think it was. Yeah. This was a top 10 matchup. Now
it was huge.
It was a conference game.
My
now it means nothing. Kansas at Missouri. This one being played in Columbia, Missouri, and the Tigers are a 6.5-point favorite. Jamie Morris, who are you taking in this rivalry game?
Wow. It's in Kansas City?
It's going to be in Columbia, Missouri. So it's going to be at the home of the Missouri Tigers.
Give me Missouri.
All right.
It's my dad's home state.
Big Sweet. Who are you taking?
Give me Mizzou. Give me Missouri.
All right. Greer gave the tiebreaker of Kansas. I'm going to go with Missouri in this one as well, too, and it has nothing to do with Kansas. I just think that Missouri's got a better program right now.
Yeah, I think their quarterback's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about the line on this one at 7:30 on ESPN2. It's number 12 Arizona State traveling to Starksville to take on the cowbelled, thriving Mississippi State Bulldogs. The Sun Devils are only favored by 6.5. Big Sweet, are you taking the Forks or are you taking the Dogs?
Forks up, baby. Forks up.
Ooh, he's taking Forks up on this one. Arizona State. Jamie Morris.
I picked against Arizona State every game last year. I won't do that mistake again. I'll take the Sun Devils.
The fan vote went surprisingly in favor for the upset in Mississippi State. And I understand it's down in their neck of the woods, but Mississippi State is not a good football program right now.
Good.
So I'm gonna take the Forks on this one. Give me Arizona State to blow out the Mississippi Mud Dogs.
Clean
down
sweep.
there.
See,
Yep.
Look at that.
At 8:00 on CBS Sports, I had to put this one in there for Big Sweet. It's UCLA traveling to the desert to take on UNLV in a non-ranked matchup, but the Bruins are favored by 2.5. Jamie Morris, who you taking?
Who's the quarterback at UNLV?
UNLV, I think they're probably going to go with the transfer from Idaho because our boy Alex Orji did not look good against Idaho State in week 0.
You know what? Give me the Fighting Bruins. I'm going to take the Bruins in this one.
All right, Big Sweet, are you taking your alma mater?
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. UCLA, fight.
I'm on board with this one. I think all of us are taking UCLA in this one. The fan vote went in favor of UNLV, by the way. So apparently they like underdogs in this one. But that's all that matters there because right now it's time for the game that matters the most. We're talking about the game that everyone's going to be paying attention to. That's right. Alabama hosts. No, we're not. We're talking number 15, Michigan, traveling to Norman, Oklahoma to take on the 18th ranked Boomer Sooners in Norman, Oklahoma. Kickoff at 7:44 Eastern time on ABC and can be heard with the CHAP on-site fueling countdown to kickoff starting at 3:30 right here from the Michigan Insider and the WTKA Ann Arbor studios. Right now, Oklahoma, I don't know why I've got 5.5 because that number went down to 4.5. So, Big Sweet, I'm going to ask you, who do you think wins and your score prediction?
Okay, I've been giving this one some thought all week. And hail to the victors, Scotland, hail to the conquering heroes, hail to Michigan. Okay.
Wow.
Michigan, and the score 24-21.
Ooh, I like that one completely. Jamie Morris, tell the people what's up.
You know what's up. Michigan will win this game, and they'll win it in a old-fashioned way. Bryce will drive down the field, and then Nevada comes in, and he kicks a field goal, 27-24 Michigan.
Ooh-wee. So we got a couple field goals coming in near way from our old Big Z, Dom Zavada. By the way, the people was a very tight vote, by the way, for the vote in the pick'em on Twitter. The vote went in favor of Michigan 55 to 45%. So it was that tight of a vote.
Tight.
Wow.
Very tight. Tight. I'm going to go with Michigan in this one. I do think it's going to be a very respectable score as well. I like Michigan winning this one by a final score of 24-20. I think it really is going to come down to the pass rush is going to be the biggest thing for the Wolverines to be able to pull this one off. But that's where I've got it coming in for tomorrow night, guys.
You know what? I think we're going to see Bryce's legs tomorrow.
I agree. I think that being the third RB, so to speak, the elusiveness of one Mr. Bryce Underwood is really going to come into effect in this one tomorrow night. But guys, that's going to do it for the week. Now we go into the weekend and get some good college football.
And that's going to do it for the week. As Miz says, when you're out there, be good to one another and eat your vegetables. That's what I'll say. Eat your vegetables today. They're not getting enough, Miz. That being said,
okay,
you're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. Hey, flushers
we
are
are
down.
Clear on the radio.
I just read that on the internet. Flushers are down.
What?
Flushes are down.
Oh, flushes. Okay.
People don't flush enough. Get your vegetables. That's what the doctor said.
All right. I guess
they're still shitting. They're just not flushing. Nasty ass people.
Let that be our departing words for guys, for everyone on stream. Eat your fiber and don't clog up the toilet. That's it. We'll talk.